All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Man, had a little bit of technical difficulty this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's chop it up about this boxing. John Boy, what's good, man? First one in the building, man. I had technical issues this morning. I put the chat on unlisted, pop up, and ain't nobody here. I'm like, what happened? And then I'm sitting here talking to myself, John Boy, for like 30 seconds. And then I'm like, man, nobody's here. Didn't go live. Just all around, man. My bad this morning. Hope you're doing well, sir. How was your weekend, John? Since we got just a 1-on-5 conversation going on right now, I can ask you, man, how was your weekend, man? Hope it went well. Hope you enjoyed some boxing matches and all that good stuff. Bala, KNWL, what's good, man? James Blackwell, what's going on, man? My favorite last name. Rip Jones in the building, what's good, man? Xavier Hines, what's happening with you? Be easy, what's going on, man? Oh yeah, man, I was going on. I missed yesterday though. I missed yesterday because my son had a basketball tournament, so I had to handle that. I had to do that, man. I put some videos out though yesterday, but I didn't get to do the live stream. That's the first day in a long time that I hadn't done a live stream. I don't have thoughts on the UFC. This is a boxing, Mr. Zapata. This is a UFC. This is a boxing channel. I don't have thoughts on the UFC. I don't. It almost never crossed my mind, man. Off work today, so AM here all day. That's what's up, Stuart. That's what's good, man. Yeah, sir. Yeah, man. Had to take care of my son. Had to go take my son to a basketball tournament. They lost both games. That sucked. Mr. in the building. What's going on, man? So nah. They lost. They lost both games. And crazy, man. It was bad. My son had a turnover. It was like a minute left or less than a minute left, and he had the ball. He traveled when they were down 2, trying to take in the middle of a comeback, trying to win a game, and he turned the ball over. So that was rough on him, but it is what it is, man. He said, good morning, man. I saw your 3 or 4 posts yesterday, but missed the live stream. Glad you're back. Yeah, man. Yeah, I had to chill. I didn't have the time to get it done, man, because his games were in the morning. Otherwise, I definitely would have done it, man. But, like I said, man, it was just too early in the morning, man. He said everybody was picking Bud until his last fight. A whole lot of people changed their tune. What do you mean? You talking about a whole lot of people were picking Bud? A whole lot of people all these Hall of Famers are still picking Bud. Goes to show you, man. It's that's why we got to see the fight, man. I said, word, just curious. Good morning to you. Give me yeah, Mark. Yeah, man. I just really don't do UFC, man. I don't watch it. I only got enough brain capacity for boxing. I don't really even do basketball, man. I don't do basketball, don't do football, don't do baseball. Really pretty much, man. I focus pretty much, man. Hey, Chillville Noop, you looking noopish this morning. Yeah, man. I ran out of t-shirts. I ran out of t-shirts, man. So I was like, nah, man, I gotta do it, bro. I gotta do it. These Hall of Fame can pick Bud. It's their option. I got Errol over everybody. Oh yeah, man, just because they picked him, just because some of those, because honestly, man, I don't know. It's not everybody in the Hall of Fame, I'm sure. But Bud got that flashy style, man. Bud got that flash. He got that flash. People like that flash. Skinny 2 Litty said okay, I got that, man. Be Easy said they know he's not going to make a fight. That's why it's an easy pick. Hey, man. Hopefully we get an announcement soon on that fight, man. I'm still very optimistic that fight's going to get made, bro. I have the same feeling that I had like around the way Bud was acting about. Bud just funny acting dude, man. Just all around. He's just funny acting. You know what I mean? Like. Just all around funny acting, man. Robert said, yeah, Fanon Berlanga suck on Saturday. They robbed the other guy. Yeah, I didn't get to see it. I did see him bite the guy though. I did see him bite him, which means he should have been, right there. That right there, there's something going on, bro. Caesar TMG said, good morning. Got hit on my motorcycle Saturday, Fanon. Sitting here with my arms all wrapped up in gauze. Glad to be here. Did you try to move the gong back a little bit? No, but hold on one second, man. I'll try to move it back. It's actually to the side. So hold on. It's like over there. So maybe I'll try to put it behind me. Hold on one second. All right, so I moved the gong behind me. Let me know. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? I'm telling you, I still don't think it's changed because it's just really funny how this computer treats the sound, man. Really, really funny how it treats sound, man. And it's highly, highly, highly annoying to me. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's not doing any of that. Yeah, it's nothing on this. Yep, said nope, nah, man. It's just that does it. It's just what this thing does to my sound, man. He said, I saw the video of Berlanga biting him. I was like, is this a boxing match not? I was like, this is a boxing man's not match, not McDonald's. Yeah, exactly, man. Mississippi Pure said, Bud deserves 50-50 of everything. Errol had 40,000 seats, but they were all there. But were they all there for Errol? Keep in mind, he fought other guys with big names, according to some. Or the man, look, let me say, he don't deserve, man, please. He fought other guys with big names, and there's 40,000 people in, so he can go fight somebody else with a name. I'm not sure exactly when. Berlanga said the guy was elbowing him. It don't matter. You still can't bite nobody. Elbow him back. You bit him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, he bit him. What difference does that make? He bit him. You can't bite him. If he elbows you, elbow him back. You know what I mean? You can't bite somebody, man. Like in a boxing match. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Anyway, so it is what it is. It is what it is with all that split stuff. I'm just telling you, man. I hope that they make the fight because it'll be a good fight, man. Al Money said, just do. I'm blessed, bro. Hope everything is good your way. Oh yeah, man. Everything's good my way. I really can't complain. I can't complain. You know, get up every morning just like everybody else. You got the same responsibilities, same risks, same issues pretty much everybody else has in this world. You know what I mean? So you take it. So I honestly, man, I feel like I'm very, very blessed. Cannot lie, man. Feel like I'm very, very blessed out in this joint. Skinny Too Litty said, history repeats itself. Mike Tyson bite trick continues. Yeah, I'm sure they're not the first person to bite somebody when you lose your head, dog. But I mean, honestly, man, that's a mental breakdown because you're on television. You know you're on television. Did you forget that there's cameras on you? Like, what are you doing, man? B&B Boxing said, I don't think Crawford wants to fight. I think he does, man. I think he does. I said, hey, John Boy said, I understand them saying that they got Bud due to adjustment. But since you and the coach always come in with a good game plan, and no adjustments are ever needed, you're underdog coach cause you're an underdog because you're well coached. Hey man, much love in that super chat, John Boy. Thank you, brother, for that support. It's huge in the chat. Thank you, sir. Look, man, this is my take on it. If they were, if that's the fighter that they've liked, that's the style of fighter that they like. That's what if they could fight like that, I believe that's more the traditional. That's more of Bud has more of that, you know, the style that really, really special fighters have had in the past. You know, a guy that can do a lot of different things, very, very athletic, all of that stuff. You know, that is pretty much par for the course when you're looking at a Hall of Fame American, like an American style fighter. It's par for the course. You know what I mean? It's closer to the Pernell Whitaker style, even though it's not exact obvious. Floyd, the only guys I would say, that do not fit that mold are guys like Bernard Hopkins, guys like Andre Ward. And note that neither Bernard Hopkins or Andre Ward are saying that Terence Crawford will win the fight. When you have a guy like James Toney, who is a hit and don't be hit, is a big puncher, right? Very, you know, can do a lot of different things. I mean, Terrence's style is more similar to his style. Same thing with Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver will fight on the back foot, will catch cats coming in. Roy Jones Jr. for sure can do just a whole lot of different things. You know what I mean? They do a lot, and it's be very, very tough for guys that are come forward fighters to beat them. So when you see a guy, I think when they see a guy that is primarily a come forward fighter that's cutting off the ring and going in, they figure that, oh man, this other guy's going to be able to figure that out and be able to do something with that. You know what I mean? However, that doesn't always happen. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always happen. And the truth of the matter is, Errol, that style of Andre Ward, Bernard Hopkins, and Errol Spence Jr., dude, that's very, very deadly, man. Same thing with like Hagler. You know, that's a very, very deadly style. A guy that's going to walk you down, beat you up, throw a lot of punches, and hurt you. You know, and I think it's just a scenario where I personally think that people underestimate Errol. I think, but I like that style, and that's a style of fighter that is very, very difficult to beat, man. And John Boy, much love in that super chat. Thank you, brother. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you for that support. He said, now if all the Hall of Famers are saying that Errol's a bum, that would be big time hating. But if they just got him winning, that's an opinion. Yeah, I'm not saying they're hating on him. They just got the guy winning. There ain't nothing, dude. It's not insane to think that Terence Crawford can win the fight. It's not that type of scenario, man. I mean, just to be real, it's not that type of situation. You know what I mean? This is not the type of situation. This is not Gervonta Davis versus Rolly Romero. This is not a scenario where where it's just obvious that one guy is going to win that fight. It's not that type of scenario. For people to say that it's, man, I just see Terence Crawford by unanimous decision just moving and boxing him and making it an easy fight. I don't think so, man. I don't see it like that. Now, if it happens like that, I'm just wrong. You know what I mean? For people to think Errol's going to just walk down Terence, beat him up, and get him out of there, I mean, I give Terence Crawford more credit than that. And there's some weapons Terence got if he gets greedy trying to run up in there. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? They are correct about Terence Crawford will win. They're not correct. That's their opinion. We'll see if they're correct. You know what I mean? But look, I'm not going to say they're hating on him because they pick him to win. I mean, that's what they see. And I think that they're being honest. Jay Leo said, Roy Jones is flat out hating. He's never had anything good to say about Errol. I don't think so, man. I don't think it doesn't come off like that to me. It comes off to me like somebody disagrees, man. You know what I'm saying? If somebody disagrees, somebody disagrees. That's it. I mean, it's not a scenario. I don't see it like that. What's going on, Rise Podcast? How you feeling, man? Johnny Player in that super chat, brother. Much love. Thank you so much for that support, bro, for sponsoring the chat. This is what makes the chat go every morning. So thank you very, very much. It's greatly appreciated. Said the real winner of Spence versus Bud is us, the fans. 50-50 fight. You know what I mean? Carlos Copeland said they picked Mikey too, which is why I'm saying don't take what they say as gospel. Sugar Ray Leonard picked Mikey. Yeah, he did. Sugar Ray Leonard picked Mikey. I don't know if Roy Jones picked Mikey. Hold on, man. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Is this a video? Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see. I don't see where I can't see. Obviously. Hold on. Here it goes. Actually.
This is how fiber changed my life. My name is Drew.
Yeah, you're right.
Behind the Lone Fox YouTube channel.
Yeah, he did. Explains how Mikey wins and why it's a great move. Yeah, there it is.
I started my first channel when I was 16, and I was.
Man, you. Yeah, I don't know. I can't make sense of that. I can't make sense of that fast enough. I say y'all definitely hating on a little on Errol. That's not an easy fight for either man, but I got Bud winning, but I'm be on the edge of my seat the whole time. Yeah, man. I mean, that's closer to where I am. Personally, I think Bud gonna have to prove it to me. Because, dude, I always gonna favor the cat. I favor the cat that's gonna make you prove it. Manny Pacquiao, dog, I knew Floyd was gonna get Manny Pacquiao. Because Manny Pacquiao jumping all in there, all kind of crazy, dude, and fighting cats. Like Manny Pacquiao, see, that's where I am on it. Like Manny Pacquiao, when he's fighting all these guys that Floyd already beat and doing a better job of beating the guys that Floyd already beat, hopping in, hopping out, doing all that stuff. I was like, nah, man, Floyd's gonna get this dude. Like, I knew that Floyd was going to get him, man. But when you run, hey, George Woods in that super chat, brother, thank you, man. Thank you for the support, brother. It means a ton, man. That Uzi weighs a ton. Thank you, sir. He said, good morning, Fanon, good morning. Spence Crawford, Spence wins, man. I got Spence winning. I got Spence winning. For sure. Thank you, brother. George Woods in the building, brother. Thank you so much for keeping that color in the chat. It's big out here, man. It's big out there. Ron Miller said, I got Errol winning by late round stoppage. Look, man, Errol would have killed Manny. See, look, this is the thing, man. A lot of cats pick Manny to win off of for a lot of the same reasons that they're picking Bud to win. For a lot of the same reasons, man. It sounds very, very familiar, man. Except for black folk weren't stupid. However, other folk was kind of stupid. Because they were like, look what he did to Oscar De La Hoya. Look what he did with this guy. Look what he did to that guy. And I'm like, look, man, I'm looking at the style of the fight. And he's going to be jumping up in there. What's his name's going to jump up in there? That ain't nonsense, $7. Nonsense, schmonsense. You guys keep pointing to how he beat Sean Porter faster. Same reasoning. It's literally the same reasoning. He's going to be too fast for him. He's going to be too powerful because he's knocking out guys, because he knocked out guys that went the distance with Errol. That ain't nonsense. He said, they really don't show my chat. What you talking about, Stoner Bars? What do you mean they really don't show your chat? You hit a super chat? Let me go back up because when I look away from the screen, it's them blues, man. I'm telling you, it's them blues, dog. Stoner Bars in the building. Said, I thought it was this was a finance channel looking dapper. Stoner Bars. Thank you, brother. Much love in that super chat, sir. Yeah, man. I had to put a shirt on today, man. I get tired, I got a flashback to when I needed. Oh, man, at least I don't have to wear suits anymore. I'm telling you, I hate suits. I don't understand how anybody wears them. Anytime I see somebody wearing a suit, I'm like, y'all are absolutely frauds. If you're out here wearing suits and you ain't got to wear a suit, you ain't never had to wear a suit day in and day out and do that. Yeah, I can use that comparison. I absolutely can. How you see Haney and Tank playing out? Invisible Bully in that super chat, brother. Much love, man. Thank you so much for your support, bro. How do I see it playing out? I see Tank by stoppage. Honestly, I see him catching him in the later rounds and hurting him and getting him out of there. Or it could go the other way. It could go with Devin Haney outboxing him, but really being a close fight. I don't see Devin I'm telling you, man, I think Tank's boxing skills are super underrated, man. Super underrated because everybody keeps referring to him as if he is only a slugger. And I'm like, man, are you serious? Like, what part you do not see this dude's footwork? You don't see how well Tank moves? You know what I'm saying? He moves extremely, extremely well. What? A suit is a statement piece? Man, let me tell you something, man. A suit is a monkey suit. Them shoes are not comfortable. That jacket ain't comfortable. That tie ain't comfortable. And you got to do it every day, bro. People, I'm telling you, man, cats that wear suits every day for years. Like, you got to go to work in a suit. Every day, you got to put that shit on, dog. Nah, man. You start thinking about shorts and a t-shirt as glory. Nah, man, not me. I'm straight on that. Every once in a while, I like to do it. Every once in a while, like you look good in them. You know what I'm saying? You look dancing, you look dallied up. But dude, if you do it every day, you're not gonna want to do that shit every day. Trust me, that shit gets old. That gets old, man. And by the way, I gotta tell you guys something. I'm going to start a consulting business. Any of you guys that are young professionals or people that are trying to start your own business or are working in companies that are trying to move up the ladder and all that stuff, I'm going to be available for personal consultations. I used to do that a lot. I'm going to make an announcement soon. So just so you guys know, and you can ask people in the chat. I've done these personal consultations for people in the past about things like that. And I'm definitely very good at it for you guys. If you're a young professional or somebody that's trying to like get your life straight, or somebody that is in corporate America that is trying to get raises and work out personal circumstances and professional circumstances, I'm going to be doing consulting. So you guys hit me up. I'll let you guys know about it soon. Alex Chavez in the building said, what's going on? Yuma, Arizona in the building. Hey, you ain't even got to say Yuma, Arizona. I see you, dog. You got to get your suit tailored. Nah, dude, it doesn't matter how you do it. It's uncomfortable. Alex Chavez said, good morning, Fanon. Great news. My son, Alex Chavez, born last week here in Yuma, Arizona. Shout out to you, brother. Congratulations, Alex. Alex, congratulations, brother. Man, I know that's great, bro. You said that's dope for now. Yeah, man, absolutely, dude. I'm going to let y'all do that. I'm going to tell you, yeah. If for you guys who want to do it, I'm going to definitely be doing the consulting. So y'all will hear about it. And I'm more than likely going to put little commercials in my own video for it, just so y'all know about it. Stoner Bars in the building said upgraded the computer, upgraded the webcam, upgraded the shirt, had to upgrade my super chat amount. How much for the consultation, man? It's gonna depend on what kind of packages. I'll get the pricing together, man. I'll get something fair, and also depending on your circumstance, something fair and depending on your circumstance. Stoner Bars, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much. Salute for nine. That's super dope. Yeah, man. Just let you know it's going to be available, man, because I've done it. I've gotten people up to be promoted up to vice president. I've helped cats start their own businesses, successful businesses. And I have a lot of experience in it, man. And I just don't want, because I'm not doing it on a day-to-day basis. And if you're negotiating deals, all of that stuff, just to be kind of like a business consultant for you, man, I'm there for you. And, so I'll have all that stuff ready, man. Dedicate some hours a week to getting it done. My man, good morning, Fanon. Definitely let us know when you start trying to get my comic book off the ground. No doubt about it, brother. I will do for sure. Geeks in the Universe. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Yes, sir, man. Absolutely. If Tank fights on the back foot against Haney and makes him come forward, I see him winning. Haney always fights on the back foot. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. I think they just super, I think they super underestimate Gervonta, man. To me, I don't know what they're looking at, man. I do not. They said, if your only hope, even like when Shakur said that, like Shakur's like, if your only hope is to knock me out, you've already lost. I'm like, dude, I don't see why his only hope is to knock you out. I'm like, he's like, I don't get it. But I'm going to tell you something, man. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get to see. Double zeros in the building said, Fanon, Andre Ward, James Toney. I got Andre Ward, man. I got Andre Ward in that fight because James Toney's a jerk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That's Hall of Famer on Hall of Famer. I can't tell you, bro. I can't tell you, man. Rise Podcast said gorilla. Yeah, I don't understand it. Rise, I just don't understand it. See, a opinionated a-hole said Haney will box his head off. See, I just don't get that. I do not understand that. I do not see why you think that dude is going to you're just going to come out there with a jab and keep punching him in his face. I don't get it. Like, it's almost like you guys just do not see. You do not see what I don't see what you see. I don't see what you see. Hey, Paul Carrick in the building said, waiting for this announcement is killing me. Yes, sir. You know what it is, man. Let's get this fight because all this other stuff is whatever. Hey, man, my man, Paul Carrick in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for supporting the grind, man. Thank you for supporting the grind. And my man, Cadillac 634 said, everybody smash that like button. Yeah, man, smash that like button, man. We got 617 people in the building. You know what it is. Hit that like button, man. Said the jab sets up everything, but you're not just going to be jabbing him in the face. You're just not going to be jabbing Tank like that. Like first and foremost, let me tell you something about Devin Haney. When he steps up his competition, we'll see. I'm gonna do y'all like y'all do Errol Spence. Dude, that is not Jorge Linares. That is not George Kambosos. He is not gonna be eat a jab, 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 grab, eat a jab, grab, eat a jab, grab. He's not gonna be a jab and hold. It ain't gonna be no jab and hold fest in there. Like, dude, I mean, he's a man, dude. Devin Haney can fight, man. Dude, Devin Haney can fight, man. No joke about it. Devin Haney can fight. However, man, I'm just telling y'all, I just think you guys acting like all this does. It's like whenever somebody gets a ton of knockouts, that's all they are. You know what I mean? Like, but you don't say that about Terence. Terence is running knockout after knockout after knockout, but nobody's saying that man doesn't have any skills, right? Noah Ortiz in the building, brother. Thank y'all, man. He said, if people think a jab is going to stop Tank or keep Tank from figuring Haney out, man, they got something else coming. That's what I think, man. That's what I think. He said, we making a mixtape using that. What you talking about, bro? Hey, yeah, man, get the likes up, man. Stop being cheap on these likes, man. Stop being cheap on these likes, man. You know what I mean? I'd appreciate it if y'all stop being cheap on these likes. You know? Hey, Devin Haney is too smooth. Man, that's going to be a good fight, bro. You're not talking you're not jabbing Tank like you did Kambosos. Devin don't want to step in and throw a hard 1-2. He was worried about what was coming back from Kambosos. The F he going to do against Tank. Look, man, Tank, look, I'm telling you something. Them Sneap, them bombs is real, bro. Hey, brother, I say, what cream you using in the coffee, liquid or powder or straight black? Straight black. I ain't into it for the taste. I'm into it for the effect, dog. I ain't into it for the taste. I'm into it for the fate. I'm in for it. I'm not into it for the I'm in for the effects, not the taste. You know what I'm saying? So I go straight black. And after you drink black coffee enough, dog, that other coffee don't taste right. He was worrying about the shoe shining from Kambosos. Nah, he was worried about getting hit, dog. Yeah. He said black coffee. Damn, old school, huh? I'm old school. Yeah, think I'm old. Hey, I ain't old school. Hey, I'm old. It is what it is, bro. I am what I am, and I ain't never give a damn. It is what it is, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? He said, Devin fans should keep in mind that Kambosos doesn't have power. Tank has power. Look, man, Ron Miller, here's my thing. No sugar, no nothing. No, what I need sugar for? Dude, I'm already hyperactive. All I need is my coffee to keep me from being sad. That's it. Coffee is a mood shifter for me, man. Because I wake up in the morning like, man, how's today going to go? And I get my little bit of coffee in me and I'm like, all right, hey, man, I feel like I'm ready to go. I ain't gonna lie, dog. It's like an antidepressant for me in the morning. Little cup of coffee, man. Gets my mood right, man. Gets me up, gets me ready going for the world, man. Skinny Too Litty said, if the fight happens, it's good for boxing. No doubt. He said, nah, Fanon, you the OG. You're not old. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell you what I am, dog. I'm not old, you know, but when you're talking to 22-year-olds, yeah, I'm old. I got it. You're 22. I understand that. So to you, 30 is old. And that just kind of tells you the limitation of your experience. Because if human beings, here's a hint. If human beings can live to 80 to 90, say 90 years old, if they're all healthy and, you know, they do live right and all of that, you can live to 90, 100 years old. Living past 90 into 95, 100, that's when you're getting like it ain't fun. Like living ain't fun at that point in time, I would suspect. However, 95, 90, 95 years old, and you think 50 years old? Dang, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's your perspective. Something's wrong with your perspective. You know, that just means you're young, man. Fanon, all this gray in my beard makes me feel old. I'm 36. You're not 30. You're not old, bro. Do not think you're older. You will be old. That's a mistake I made. Invisible Bully in the building said, I want to see that Haney Crawford. that Haney Crawford sparring session, I don't think he sparred Haney. I don't think he sparred Haney, bro. I don't think he sparred Haney. I think he sparred Shakur. I've never heard of him sparring Haney, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't know. I know I keep hearing Shakur Stevenson saying he's holding his own. He's holding his own with Terence Crawford in sparring. And then when he was like 17, he got beat up real bad. For now, okay, yeah, don't worry about that, man. He said 50 is old, 30 opinionated as. First of all, 50 is not old. 50 is middle-aged, man. Don't skip from young to old. It doesn't work like that. 50 is what you call middle-aged. You're just in the middle. You're middle-aged. You're not young. You're not old. You're middle-aged. That's why you're not a senior citizen until you're 65. You got another, there's 15 years until you're actually a senior citizen, where they say you're on the older side. Okay? Anyway, it is what it is. Floyd need to follow the Al blueprint of let these young guys have their glory. Sheesh. Oh man, that dude's got glory. I don't know what that is. 40 to 60s middle age. Yeah. Just it is what it is. I'm middle aged. I'll take it. It is what it is. I'm gonna be dead soon. I'm gonna be dead eventually. Not soon, hopefully, but eventually. I accept that too. As will you. So I don't know what you're talking smack about. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, let's get back on this boxing, bro. Was that considered a step up fight for Berlanga, man? I could care less, man, about Berlanga. I'm not doing any type of real long conversations about guys that are just waiting to lose. That's where I am with Berlanga and Munguia. Berlanga and Munguia, no thank you. I'm not interested. Will you hurry up and bring me some bouts? You know what I mean? We got a finite amount of boxers that we can talk about on this channel, and that's just a fact. Got a finite amount of cats, and they're not making the finite. I've seen Berlanga. I like Berlanga. I support Berlanga with all of that. When you go biting guys and getting gift decisions, dog, I'm good on Berlanga. Jaime Munguia, whenever Jaime Munguia decides to actually fight somebody and not be a hypocrite by calling out somebody for a fight you just turned down. Oh man, when is Charlo gonna get some balls? What do you mean? He just offered you a fight and you turned it down. And where are we living? You know what I'm saying? Like Oscar De La Hoya out there talking about, man, when is Jamal Charlo going to grow some balls? Dude, they literally just offered Jaime Munguia a fight, and you turned it down. What do you mean? He literally just offered you a fight, and you could have fought him this fight, and you turned it down. Now you're when's he going to come on over here to the zone, grow some balls, and leave your network and come over here? Man, no. No, you calling that man out. That man's a champion. Take him, go fight over on Showtime. The man sent you an offer, and you turned it down, and turned right around and claim he's ducking. And by the way, he's not going to fight anybody because he's trying to sell his company. Oscar De La Hoya just out there straight up talking about he's selling his company. Flat out saying, I am selling my company. I'm sitting on $1 billion company. Dude, what are you talking about? You got Virgil Ortiz and Jaime Munguia and Ryan Garcia. You got three dudes that if you put any one of those cats, not any one of those dudes are the top of any of the divisions they're fighting in. And you got $1 billion guy? Man, get out of here, man. Anyway, what's going on, Muhammad Johnson? What's up, Fernando? Love what you are doing for boxing. Much love. Thank you, Muhammad Johnson. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Bevo Boxing in the building. So where does all this love for Crawford come from? He is not a star. Errol gets so much hate. I don't get Errol. I don't get it. Errol does not have a good personality, but he can fight. I think Errol's got a better person. Got a great personality. I like both. First of all, neither one of them will talk up a storm. But I'm going to tell you what Errol is. Errol's a straight shooter, man. Literally and figuratively, Errol Spence is a straight shooter. I appreciate straight shooters, man. Straight shooters. Bud ain't a straight shooter, dog. Bud ain't a straight shooter, bro. Now, I'm not going to say he's dishonest or anything like that, but he ain't a straight shooter. He'll throw a little curve. He throw a little curve in there, dog. He takes shit personally, all kind of stuff. Ted G said Fanon, morning Fanon, and the chat, the complete disrespect that EJ getting is sad, bro. They act like he didn't go and take 3 belts against top competition, where Bud was given a belt that Pac-Man was robbed of. Much love in that super chat, brother. Look, man, they don't watch. Look, I'm telling you, they don't watch fights. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you, ask James Toney, watch this. Ask James Toney how many Errol Spence Jr. fights he's watched. And you know what he's going to say? A couple. I promise you. If you ask, hey, how many Errol Spence fights have and you know why I say that? I say that because those guys typically don't watch a lot of boxing. They're on their own stuff. They do not watch a lot of boxing. They'll maybe watch a fight here or there because they're professional boxers, man. Those guys ain't sitting up. A lot of professional fighters don't watch a lot of boxing. If you watch those old school fighters and you say, well, what do you think of this guy? And he'd be like, man, I don't really watch him that much. I haven't watched boxing in a lot. I don't really watch a lot of boxing. They're not necessarily boxing fans. They're not sometimes there are athletes that are in a sport that do not, when they're done with that sport or they're not actually training, don't watch. They consider that like a break from boxing. Listen to what Derek James says. Derek James will tell you, look, I don't watch a lot of boxing. I only watch boxers when I'm preparing for a fight. Other than that, dude, I'm in the gym, I'm training, I'm doing that type of stuff. Roy Jones Jr. probably doesn't watch a lot of boxing. Probably. He's probably not there. He's probably not watching every Errol Spence Jr. fight that came out. Right? Except for maybe the last couple of them. And then he's making his judgment off of that. He's not been in the gym with him. He doesn't have a personal relationship with him. All of those guys are people that Bud has personal relationships with too. Personal relationships with. Because they were what they were covering. He fought on HBO. And Roy Jones Jr. covered his fight on HBO. Roy Jones Jr. interviewed him. Roy Jones Jr. watched him come up the ranks on undercards with him sitting right there by ringside watching him fight. He's just got a lot more. He knows a lot more about Bud than he knows about Errol Spence. And he'll say that. That's when he says, just a year ago, he was saying, I haven't seen enough of him. I haven't seen enough from him to know. That's what he said. I haven't seen enough. And when he explained what he meant by that, he was like, no, literally, I've seen Terence, because I covered him on HBO. I've seen him fight. I've seen him fight a bunch of times in ringside. With Errol, I have not. He's on Showtime. He's on Showtime, right? He's not there. He's not covering fights for Showtime. Now, what did Paulie Malignaggi say? Paulie Malignaggi, who was on Showtime, picked Errol. Because now watch, Paulie Malignaggi watched more Errol than he's watched Terence. Up close and personal, right? Been to training camp, been watched him coming up on Showtime. What was ringside for many of his biggest fights? He's been right there watching him from ringside. So he told him, look, man, Errol is not what you think he is. Errol is not somebody that is just coming in there recklessly. He is coming in behind a very good, very educated jab, and he's telling you because he's actually scouted him, right? So in this case, with those type of things, it can get turned on who has who has a relationship with who, and who's been watching who the longest. And Terence Crawford has had more fights, a lot more fights. So they've had a lot better opportunity to watch him. Facts Over Feelings Boxing said Munguia has been a number one contender for the WBC and WBO for 2 years. Exactly. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, man. But Jaime Munguia, dude, Jaime Munguia is whatever. No, Bud is a straight shooter. He just isn't friendly with the media. No, dude, he's not straight shooter because he's not telling you anything. That's what I mean by it. He's not going to tell you. First of all, let me tell you an example of not being a straight shooter. If Bernie the Boxer is serious, when he said there's nothing going on with the negotiations between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, right? Because that's what Bud said. That's not being a straight shooter because that's not true. And you know why we know it's not true? Because Errol Spence Jr. said that they are in negotiations. They've already started. Eddie, what's that man's name? Steven Espinosa said the negotiations and talk have already started. The only problem is how much money people want for the fight. Said that's the hang up right now. How much money people want for the fight. That came out of the mouth of Steven Espinosa. And it came out of the mouth of Errol Spence. But yet out of Terence's mouth, nothing's going on with the fight. That's not straight shooting. Because that's not true. Right? Bud went to his Twitter and said on his Twitter that people are just making shit up. They act like they know what's going on. They're just making shit up, though. Errol's just making shit up. Errol doesn't know what he's talking about. Steven Espinosa's just making shit up. Steven Espinosa doesn't know what he's talking about. That's bullshit. That's flat out, no unadulterated bullshit. Now, if he's talking about YouTube channels, then that's still bullshit. Because either he's not listening to the videos and listening to what people are saying, and he's just reacting to it. I don't know. But when he said none of these guys know what they're talking about, and everything that I've heard has either come from somebody that has legitimately been said. I mean, whenever somebody has said, hey, man, this is word in the street, that's just word in the street. And I'll tell you, dude, yeah, man, you can believe it or not believe it. I'm going to tell you what the word out on the street is. But every time I do one, and I don't listen to some people, but every time I do it, I tell you, look, man, this is what sources are saying. But, you know, with the source, it is what it is. We just talking boxing and what's going, what may or may not be going on, but what people are saying. And it is true that people are saying that. So it is what it is. But when you say that you just believe in people and they just making shit up, no, you're lying. Because that's what Errol Spence Jr. said. Mike Coppinger put it out there that the fight was nearly negotiated, and Errol Spence Jr. himself retweeted that. You can't tell me, Eddie, that Errol Spence Jr. is full of shit. I don't believe that. I do not believe him, and he and Steven Espinosa just making stuff up. No, dude, you just don't want to answer questions. You don't want to answer questions. Now, what may happen is he may be like really trying to make the fight, really negotiating the deal, really doing that and not ducking it. I'm not saying that Buzz is not ducking it, but I know Errol said out of Errol's mouth, yeah, we think the fight's going to get done. Yes, the negotiations have started. And if it doesn't happen, it ain't me, is what he said. If it doesn't happen, it ain't me. What is that supposed to mean? Obviously, that means that it's Bud, and Bud is asking for something that's making the fight difficult. That's what Errol said. Why would Errol lie about it? And Steven Espinosa lie about it? No. If the words are leaking out and people start pushing pressure on you, that doesn't mean that these other guys are lying. You're not giving anybody any information. If you want to be straight, say, dude, I don't care about the money. But dude, what he has said before is that first of all, he said he didn't need the fight. Second of all, he said if it's 60-40, it's going to be me, not him. And 50-50 may get this fight done. Every bit of information that has come out was already confirmed by Bud before the negotiation ever started. So they're clearly in discussions. So why would Bud be out there saying people are making stuff up? Now, people may be making stuff up. I don't know. But I just don't know why Errol would be making it up. And I don't know why Steven Espinosa would be making it up. Why? What do they have? What interest do they have in it? To be lying on Bud? You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody said James Toney don't remember yesterday. Nah, James Toney ain't watching those fights, man. Anyway. Hold on one second, man, because Hold on one second. I'm going to get to these super chats because y'all will make the channel go. So hold on one second. My man, Boogie9 in the building said, Errol and Spence is official. They got it all in the betting apps. Nah, the betting apps have it ahead of time. The betting apps have it ahead of time. They just got odds out there. If that fight doesn't get made, if they just have the odds for the fight, they've had the odds out for 6 months. On those betting apps. Much love, Boogie9. Much love in that super chat. Thank you so much, bro. And Crunk Juice in the building. Buzz Camp has been horrific towards EJ, calling him a drunk and basic, yet Bud going on snack and making the negotiations difficult, allegedly. That says volumes, all of the pressure on Bud. Yeah, man, Bud don't like dude. Let me tell you, much love in that super chat, brother. Hey, and Crunk Juice. That's what makes the channel go. Thank you so much for your support. That ain't little, that is huge. Thank you. It is greatly appreciated. And my man Boogie 9 said, look up on FanDuel. Yeah, dude, it's been on there for a long time. It's been on there for a long time. Hold on one second, man, because I think this is a Cash App, but it isn't. It was just a text from somebody else. So thank y'all so much for that support. What's this? Oh, okay, cool. That's my guy. Paul in the building. Yeah, man. Said, I think it's already done. I don't know, man. I don't think it is already done. Said, for not mad. He's just passionate about boxing. Look, man, they know I ain't mad. And they just trying to find a way. Oh, you're mad. You're mad. Dog, I get seriously, man. I get sick of cornball shit. No joke. And boxers sometimes be outside the ring. Some be on some cornball stuff, man. It's just, for me, it's corny. Look, man, people are going to talk about your fight. Why are you complaining? You know what I mean? Hey, Quincy Carter said, for now, since Errol takes pride in fighting other fighters' style against him, do you think he'll do the same against Bud? And what would the styles be? No, I don't. I don't think he's going to do that. And I'll tell you, honestly, Quincy Carter, honestly, I think that was a matter of, with Mikey Garcia, because it really comes from Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter. With Mikey Garcia, I don't think he was in shape. I just don't think he was in shape. That's what I think. I think he fought Mikey like that because he wasn't in shape. That he had a fat camp, and that what people were saying about him and not being conditioned and really being on his game, I think that's true. I think it was true for the fight with Mikey Garcia. I think it was true for the fight with Sean Porter. I think with the Sean Porter fight, I think he started trying to get back in shape and really started training and all that stuff in between fights. But I don't think that all really glued back together until the Ugas fight. That's what I think. I don't think that he was all the way together and he was all the way the self until he got to the Ugas fight. That's what I think. I think he was out of shape. And that's why he fought Mikey like that. And I also think against Sean Porter, he was emotional. I think he was emotional, and plus that is how he likes to fight. That's what he prefers to do. So Sean Porter fought his fight. As much as he fought Sean Porter's fight, people can say, oh, yeah, he fought Sean Porter's fight, because that's your perspective. Sean Porter also fought his fight. That's how Errol likes to fight. If Errol wants to sit there and go at it with you, that's what he wants to do. You know what I mean? That's what he wants to do. So he did what he wanted to do, and Sean Porter obliged him. That's what I think. That's my take. I don't think he just decided he was going to fit. I don't think he just decided that he was going to fight somebody else's style. Dumbass boxing nerd. How am I making an excuse for Errol by saying I am not? Are you dumb? I'm not making an excuse for Errol. I'm doing the exact opposite. Idiot. The excuse would be, oh, Errol fought Mikey like that because that's what Errol wanted to do. He intended to do that. I'm telling you, I don't believe that. What I believe is that he was out of shape for Mikey. Dummy. That's not an excuse. I'm actually dismissing an excuse, idiot. You get it? People are saying, oh, he fought like that because he wanted to. Nah, he didn't fight. I don't think he fought like that because he wanted to. I think he fought like that because he had a fat camp. Because that's what he said. I had a fat camp. I wasn't training properly in between fights. I was eating, blowing up in weight. And guess what? I know that to be true because I've seen Errol between fights. I saw him in between the fights, and he's huge. He blew up. He blew up in weight. He looked pudgy. That's not an excuse. That's a fact. I saw the man. And it's not a compliment to him. You're not consistent. You don't consistently listen. I don't care. Get out of here, bro. Not interested in you. Bye, little Berta. Anyway, I'm extremely consistent. Every time you ask me what I say, I consistently give you what I think. And I ain't even remotely making an excuse for anybody. Not remotely making an excuse. How does saying that the man was out of shape and blew up in weight between fights, how is that making an excuse for him? When Bomac said that, they were bragging about how Terence stays in the gym and Errol blows up in weight and he's not dedicated to the sport. That's what they said. And I'm agreeing with what Bud said about him. And guess who else said it about him? Said that. Errol said that. Guess who else said that? Derek James said that. Everybody said that. So why are you selectively forgetting what everybody said? Both camps said that about Errol. Both camps. Terence said it. Terence never said it. Bomac said it. Derek James said it. Errol said it. Period. But now I'm making an excuse when it is a certified fact that the man was out of shape. He was going through fights. He was going through what he said was, earlier in my career, I was getting fights on a regular, consistent basis. So I had to stay in the gym all the time. I stayed in the gym. And then when people started ducking me, and I had a lot of money and I had fame. I started going out, partying, and I stopped training. And sometimes I wouldn't train until camp started. So I'm blowing up in weight. I'm having fat camps. I'm not where I should be during those fights. That's what he said. And that's what Bomac said. So is Bomac making an excuse for that man? What I'm telling you is it looks like Errol got his act together and he's staying in shape the entire time. He's running, staying ready so he don't got to get ready. That's what it looks like to me. And when I saw in his last performance against Yordanis Ugas, that was the first time since maybe the Kell Brook fight that he looked stronger in that fight than he looked in the Kell Brook fight, where it was like, okay, he looks like he started looking like the Leonard Bundu fight when he was big and he looked strong and his punches were thudding. That's what he looked like in that fight. He didn't look like that against Danny Garcia. And again, in Danny Garcia, he said he was like 80% with Danny Garcia. He's making admissions to mistakes that he makes. And Bomac agreed. Hey, Trey B in that super chat, brother, thank you so much for that love. He said, Bud bends the truth and loves to talk in riddles so he can laugh at his fans. Errol always tells you what it is, how it is, and has major love for the fans. Dude, he's a very, very straight shooter, bro. That's what I mean by he's a straight shooter. Errol will tell you. Or he's just he'll tell you. When you have somebody, Trey B, hey man, what's going on to my man, King Judah in the building? Hey, look, man. Hey, watch this. I ain't taking no constructive criticism. In order to be constructive, you got to be telling the truth. Shut up, idiot. And I don't have to take your criticism. If I feel like, let me shoot straight with you. If you criticize me personally, get the fuck out. We're talking boxing. I'm not here to be criticized. I could give a shit what you think about me. How about that? How about me straight shoot with you? Get out. I don't care what you think about me. Bud bends the truth. Oh, yeah. Oh, it has major love. Yeah, like, dude, I'm not going to say he bends the truth because I wouldn't say, but honestly, that though, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Bud is not going to tell you what is in his head straight to you. Errol, for the most part, tells you exactly what he thinks. You know what the dude is thinking. He'll say, he's like, man, I don't know, man down. It ain't been man down in a while. He said that. He ain't lying. He's like, man, somebody asked him, he's like, hey, man, you may not be the same. He said, yeah, man, I may not be what I used to, but I'm still better than beating all these other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Man, you're calling me names, I don't care if you think I'm consistent or not. You ain't around here. How did you know if I'm consistent? You show up to one chat for 5 seconds, leave a comment, and think you know what I am? King Judah says, salute for nine. These old heads can't stand Spence. They said they'll all do a 360 and pretend they always rooted for Spence like Sugar Ray Leonard did. Yeah, much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, brother. Much love in that super chat, brother. I don't know if they can't stand Spence or not. I don't know. I think it's a style thing personally, because styles make fights, bro. You know, because styles make fights, bro. Got to be new to the channel, or it's got to be King, one or the other. But they also know my eyes swim towards negativity. That's why I got to throw you out. Yeah, like, because my eyes are attracted to stupidity. It's like a stupid magnet. Right at you. Almost never miss stupidity, bro. So I got to get you out of here, man. You're a booger bear in the party, man. You messing up the money. Get on out. You messing up the aura. We out here talking about real boxing, man, and you out here calling names. Ain't nobody interested in that, man. 360 is a circle, 180. No. Oh, do a complete 360. Yeah. 180 is mean you go the other way. Yeah, you got that right. Hold on 1 second, man. Hey, man, we got 900 people in the building. Man, y'all hit that like button, man. Stop being chintzy on them likes, man. We got 900 people in the building. We got the good chat. We got the good chat around here, man. Hey, and my man in that Cash App, they say, great channel. Hit that like button from my man Cadillac 3634. Much love, man. Thank you, brother, for that Cash App. Dude holding the chat down. And King Judah, huge in the building. Hope y'all can hear this gong. I'm still gonging. Giving the magic gong. We'll work it out as soon as I spend enough time in the afternoon to figure it out. King Judah in the building said all these retired fighters are siding with the fighter closest to retirement. They all said Bud wins easy while also saying Bud doesn't have to fight him, creating the narrative for Bud to duck free of criticism. Hey, much love in that super chat, bro. I'm going to tell you something right now. Bud can fight his ass off, but dog, he better not get old. Better not be wrong. That's what I'll say. Better not be wrong, dog. And I'm telling you who got the better trainer. I'm going to tell you flat out who got the better trainer. Errol does. Some people are gifted trainers, dog. Some people are gifted trainers. You better hope he ain't got no Eddie Futch in that corner with him. Very, very, very underestimated, bro. You can say the same thing for Andre. He ducked Adonis for Undisputed. No, he didn't. Adonis Stevenson didn't want that smoke, man. Adonis Stevenson was on that nonsense, man. Adonis Stevenson didn't want that, bro. That's my take. You know what I mean? Anyway, said boxing legends ain't siding with people just because they're closest to retirement. Anthony Dean said, you are too... No, I'm not. Not at all, bro. Idiot. Let me tell you, Mr. Anthony Dean, what I am. I protect my mental. You're not going to abuse me, bro. I don't know, man. You got somebody in your life that just talks crazy to you and you think they need to stick around? No. If you talk crazy to me, I'm throwing you out. I'm not too sensitive. I'm not stupid is what I am. You go ahead and allow people to sit there and talk crazy to you. It's just to prove you're tough? No. You talk crazy to me, go away. Hey. What? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to sit here and take abuse from you. No. You ain't, just like you got the right. If I talk crazy to you to leave, if you talk crazy to me, you can get up out of here, bro. It's real easy. I don't have to do that. And I would advise y'all in your lives not to do that. TJ say, or Fanon, ignore them cats. It's tough because it's so fun to throw people out. Anyway, I got Errol beating Buzz, Skinny Too Litty. He said that's what they were saying before, right? I'm not sure what you talking about, Superman. Oh, and hey, man, Educated Jab. He said, great family, great show, family. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate much love to that for my man, Educated Jab and that Cash App, brother. Thank you, bro. Means a ton. Thank you so much, man. He said, you've never been in the ring before if you don't understand how important a great trainer is. I can tell you a trainer story. Eddie Futch. Eddie Futch. John Boy in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. Much love, bro. Lady Erica B said, don't ignore him for 9. I love when you let him have it. Oh, man, because they marks, man. In Chicago, what we call you is a mark. We call them marks in Chicago. They're marks. You're a mark on my face. And much love in that super chat, John Boy. Thank you for that support, bro. Look, man, Kaiser Soul said, who is Bud fought? Dude, Bud is a great fighter, dude. He's a proven great fighter. That portion of it, we ain't got to argue about. We ain't got to argue about, man. Okay? That portion of it and his ability to win the fight, dude, seriously, he can win this fight. He has the ability to win the fight. He is that good a fighter, bro. And he looked big. Looked really big. But here's the Eddie Futch story. Dude, if a trainer figures you out, and gets a game and has a fighter they can execute that game plan on you, dog, they're going to take it. That will work. It will work. You know what I'm saying? It will work. If you got a trainer that knows what you're doing and studies you and gets your patterns down, they can beat you when they get your patterns down, because everybody has patterns. Everybody has patterns. It's not a limitless level of possibilities with everybody. He has a lot. It's a matter of patterns. And it's going to come down to whether or not Derek James can see something in Terence Crawford and what Terence Crawford doesn't like. And I'm telling you what I think it is. I think it's that southpaw stance. I'm telling you, that southpaw, dude, that southpaw is highly overrated, highly underrated. When you got that situation with a guy that likes to be a southpaw, if Bud cannot fight in the southpaw stance or have success in the southpaw stance, it is going to be very, very difficult for him to win that fight, because he is not used to fighting in southpaw stance for prolonged amounts of time. No joke. Hey, Quincy Carter, tell Fanon he a D-rider to his face instead of sneak dissing him in the chat. The only one who said EJ had a better trainer will tell you what think of his comment with your fake ass. Oh, you telling me you saying craziness, Quincy Carter? Much love in that super chat, bro. Look, man, Derek James is a better trainer than Bomac. Okay, you know why? Because he's the only trainer. I don't care if you think that is just you being a crybaby, Quincy Carter. Hey, dude, let me tell you something, man. And maybe, Quincy, you should remove your conscience away from people's testicles. Okay, I'm telling you. Calling somebody a dick rider because they don't agree with you is you being a crybaby, bro. So I don't know if you literally said that or figuratively said it. I don't know. All I know is, dog, don't cry when people don't think you right, man. That's crying over spilled milk. Here's the fact. Derek James has 7 belts between 2 fighters. He's got an undisputed champion at 154, and he got a 3-belt holder at 147. Yeah, he does. He made adjustments with Derek James. He made adjustments with Derek James, with Jermell Charlo, that made Jermell Charlo a significantly better fighter. He did that. So he did 2 things. He built somebody from the ground, which is Errol, and then he did something else. He took somebody that was already at the world-class level and made him better. That is a telltale sign of a great trainer. When you can do both, create one and make one better, like Floyd Mayweather Sr. created one in Floyd, made one better in Oscar De La Hoya. What has Bomac done? He made one along with 3 other trainers. 3 other trainers. He's not the sole trainer. He is the head trainer of 3 different trainers. Who else has he built? Give me another world class. Tell me somebody else he built. Nobody. Tell me somebody Bomac got and made better. Nobody. In fact, every single solitary of the people that went over there to him, every one of them have lost or left. Jamel Herring lost and left. Maurice Hooker lost. I don't know if he left, but lost and I do believe, left. Who is the fighter that he took and made better? Let me know. I don't know of anybody. So until you can tell me something that Bomac has done that like Derek James has done, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the guy, Quincy. See, that's an easy money. Just put you. I don't even got to get mad at you. That's not dick. That's not being emotional. You're being emotional and saying, I don't agree with you. So I've got to make it look like you're just making things up. He's not using his mind. He's just fascinated with a man's genitals. Bro, stop talking about people's genitals, bro. And they may not have that. So I gotta go at you for a second, bro. Got it. Cause I don't know you sneak dissing, but dog, if you're out there doing that, dog, like I said, you my guy, Quincy. But nah, what I said was real. I think that man's a better trainer because of what he's actually accomplished in his career. Just like I say the same thing about Eddie Reynoso. Everybody that went to Eddie Reynoso, left him. Everybody. Canelo Alvarez is the baddest man in the world until last fight. But before that, everybody that went to him to train with Eddie Reynoso left him. Andy Ruiz left him. Virgil Ortiz left him. Ryan Garcia left him. And I think Frankie Sanchez left him too. I'm pretty sure Frankie Sanchez left him too. All of them. When he makes somebody better, let me know. Until then, nah, man, I'm going to go with it. And plus, you better hope I'm wrong. You better hope I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, though. I think Derek James is the best trainer in boxing because of what he's actually accomplishing. Errol breaking Crawford's ribs in 6, 8, and eye socket. Hey, man, much love in that super chat, bro. To Demo007. But, man, by the way, though, Quincy, you're my guy, though. But dog, I don't do that, man. I'm calling it right down the middle. You guys just see what happens is though, just so you know, Alexandra Lies in the bill said for the battle, King Judah versus Quincy about to have. Nah, it ain't about to battle up, dog. These dudes be good. I hope, hey man, much love, man. But hey, dog, anybody out there, and that's for anybody calling me that. I'm calling right down the street. Say fake ass disagree with everything you say while tuning in every day and not even saying it in the super chat. Much love in that super chat, brother, King Judah. Oh yeah, he doesn't. He just disagrees with everything I got to say about Terence Crawford. We agree. Oh, I'm sorry, Terence Crawford and Devin Haney. Ding, ding, ding. What's going on, Marquis in the building, bro? He said the fight begins, huh? Much love in that super chat, brother. But you can disagree. I don't think you're riding. I'm not riding nobody. Quincy Carter, I see Queen Judah want to argue. Reminds me of my baby mama, feminine. You bean pie eating fake tech that I know y'all cooperate under investigation. Ain't hiding shit from Fanon. Can read the chat. Oh, that ain't a lie. I do read the chat. But I ain't riding nobody, dog. You can say what you want. I'm telling you what I think is the truth. I ain't making it up. And Quincy Carter back in that super chat. He said, Fanon, I've said nothing in the chat. I haven't said to you, bro. We all can each other's fanboys. This nigga real grown little tattletailer. Hey, it is what it is, man. Tattletale in the Cash App. I love it. Tattletale, anybody, man, tattletaling is welcoming in the Cash App. Because y'all are making the channel go, bro. He said, Fanon, read the chat all day, every F you talking about. Jay, it is what it is, dog. I know what Quincy Carter thinks before he say it. Dude, I know what Quincy Carter thinks before I say it, man. JD said, hey, man, again, thank y'all so much for the chat, much for the love in the chat, in the super chat, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, though, man. Hit that like button, man. Hey, so Fanon, if you use Belt's accomplishment to say Derek James is better, doesn't that then make Devin the best lightweight because he got undisputed? No, absolutely not. All you can judge a trainer by is the accomplishments of his fighter. He's not fighting. No. No, absolutely not. You can say that he is, what can I say? You can say he's the top lightweight, but not the way Devin got them belts. You can't say that. No. Not them in-house ass fights. No. You judge a trainer by what their fighters accomplish. You know what I mean? And that's what I would say. And also, if you keep having fighters that keep losing, if your fighters, you bring fighters in and they don't get any better, and in fact they lose, then that's a smash against you. I will say this though, if Devin Haney lost to George Kambosos, he definitely wouldn't have been the best. But that's my personal opinion. I like Derrick James' approach, man. I'm telling you, dude, I like and plus I've been around Derrick James long enough and been around him, and I was only around him once, maybe twice. I'm telling you, man, that dude is hyper analytical, man. He's hyper analytical, man. King of Kings in the building. Much love in that super chat, bro. He said, we need Quincy and Judah on the Spence Crawford undercard. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Now, what we need is, let me tell you what we really need. What we really need is King Judah. What we really need in this mug is for King Judah, for Quincy Carter to make sure his other Bud fans actually buy the fight and stop freeloading. That's what you need. You need to tell them Bud fans stop freeloading, man, so the fight can be big. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think he need to do. He said, I see Fanon is still the damn Don. What's going on, Mr. Massey? You know what it is. That's how he does it. Much love in that super chat, bro. Said, I understand the undercard be good. This fight going to be historic. Oh, yeah. I hope it will be. Said these new Bud fans, hey, man, seriously. All y'all Bud fans really do. You know what y'all really, truly need to buy that fight. And stop freeloading. So that man's pay-per-view numbers can get better and we wouldn't have none of these issues. You know what I mean? King Judah said, what kind of man tune in every day to listen to someone they don't agree with and sneak diss everything he's saying in the chat? Fake AF, then when Fanon address him directly, pretend it's all love. Hey, man, look, man, much love in that super chat, bro. Trey, hey, thank you, man. Big support, bro. Trey B said, EJ pressure Bud, controlling distance perfectly. Bud sticks and moves, trying to counter, but won't get in. EJ starts breaking Bud down. But let me read that from the beginning. I'm sorry, because I'm reading and not processing. EJ pressures Bud, controlling distance perfectly. Bud sticks and moves, trying to counter, but won't get in. EJ starts breaking Bud down. Bud goes for broke, getting clipped and hurt. EJ by KO or by split decision. Much love in that super chat, bro. Oh, that's kind of how I see it. I see that being a firefight, man. I see it being a firefight, man. And guess what? And being a lot more like Sean Porter versus Errol than anybody would predict, man. And I'm telling you, man, he better be able to keep that dude up off him, bro. He better be able to keep that dude up off him, man. Iser Stova said, Fanon, your hand movements are hilarious. What were you talking about? I don't get it. But cool, I appreciate that, man. Exactly, bro. That's what I think y'all need to focus on. Save up your pennies and get that daggone fight, man. Buy his fights, bro. You know what I mean? Or watch some videos, man. Let his numbers go up. King Judah, I want to fight. F these super chats. Hey, man, y'all don't want to fight. And hey, man, much love in that super chat, bro. Y'all don't want to fight, man. That's completely unnecessary, bro. King Judah. He said, then his fake ass pretend to be objective while openly supporting Bud and attacking anybody who supports Spence. Confused. Yes, nigga. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, King Judah, brother. I appreciate you coming in here today. Phil Sloan said, big up, Martin. Let's talk boxing and not emotions. Keep talking that talk. Yes, sir. Hey, man, much love in that super chat. Phil Sloan in the building, brother. What's up, man? Appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. Fahim, it's in the building. What's going on, Fahim? He said, Fanon, the one thing nobody is questioning is how Bud gonna act under those lights. He hasn't fought on that level yet. Yeah, that'll be interesting. But I think he's been close enough to that level. He's been in the ring enough times where there really shouldn't be an issue. But that's an interesting point. But he's fought enough where I don't think that should be an issue. I don't think it should be an issue. You know, I just think it's going to be a good fight, man, and it's really good boxing talk to have, man. You know, it's pretty much for people. It's a no lose scenario. These cats are going to get paid. Educated Jab back in that building, brother. He says salute to Quincy Carter and Judah, big boxing supporters. Yeah, they are. Absolutely, brother. Wouldn't lose either one of them for nothing, bro. Absolutely, positively. Huge supporters of the channel. Hey, say y'all about to make Fanon an accessory after the fight. In fact, hey, I ain't in it, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't mind. I'm gonna tell you, I don't mind. I don't mind Quincy disagreeing with me. Don't bother me, you know, because he ain't personally insulting me. Or he's not completely moronic. Let me put it that way, because you're not completely moronic. If you was completely moronic, you'd have been out of here. It's when you get to the point of just being you know, the RuPaul /King / whatever your name is level of stupidity that I get like, yeah, you got to get out of here, bro. like I can't take it. Judah said, I got money to blow and time today. I'm at your neck, broke ass. Support Bud and shut the F up. Much love in that super chat to King Judah. Coming in here shining today. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that support, bro. He said, I got some money. He said, I got money to blow and I got time to get on you. He said, Hamed Warren said, sorry. How hasn't he fought under the big lights? You make no sense. No, he makes sense. He's not been in a big fight. He's not. Buzz never really been. I mean, I guess he has. I mean, the Ndungo fight, you know, he's fought on television for years. But it is a really big fight. It is. And my question is less about how he will perform under the lights as much as what's he going to do in a really close fight that's pressured where you got to fight 12 rounds. That's where I am. If he jumps into his first Jose Luis Castillo fight, it's going to come, dog, just like Floyd said. He's like, some people, dude, you're going to have to fight them. They're going to close the distance. It's just how it is. And if Floyd says that, dude, come on, man. That's where I am. You guys are not anticipating that this man can close that distance. And it's going to make him fight. Sometimes you're not going to have a choice. You're going to have to fight him. And that's what I think it's going to be. I think people betting that are 100% convinced that this is an easy fight. Hold on one second. Let me do this. Hey, said, hey, I prefer to hit the like button when Quincy and Judah aren't arguing, but I guess I'll hit it because Fanon is great. I appreciate the support the channel. Exactly, man. Much love, Keith Nolan. In that super chat, bro. And I appreciate you, Luke. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. And my man, George Wood said, Fanon, do you think many people in boxing dislike or jealous of EJ because a lot of fans and casuals like Spence? I don't know, man. I think these guys are telling I think they're giving their opinion. I don't think that they've really spent a lot of time thinking about it, is my bet. Like I would say, if you add, like, for example, dude, I promise you, man, Sugar Ray Leonard ain't sitting around watching a lot of boxing matches. That's why he said, oh, I think Mikey. He don't know. That man didn't sit down and break down that fight and do all of that stuff. He's just being asked a question by the media. And somebody asks you, you're not thinking about it, who do you think is going, oh, man, you know, I think Bud will get him because of this. I mean, if somebody doesn't really think about it, you know, and you're asking these guys questions when they're thinking about other things, I don't really know how much thought that they've given to it. You know what I mean? And some of these guys aren't that good at calling fights. They could be wrong, and they are wrong on a regular basis. So, not on a regular basis, I mean, it's not unheard of them to be wrong. But again, anybody that says, I don't think there's anybody that thinks Terence Crawford is going to win this fight that's being unrealistic. That's not an unrealistic scenario. You know what I mean? And I think if you ask the question, like if I sat there with James Toney, it's like, do you think that there's any way that Errol can win this fight? He's going to say, oh, yeah. If he's able to do this, yeah, man, he can probably win the fight. Hey, and Roy already gave you a scenario where Errol would win the fight. That's why when people say Errol, when they say Roy is hating, I don't get that. Because Roy, I think that you're just being sensational. when you say that. Because Roy said, look, man, Terence got all the tools in the world, but he's got to be able to push Errol back. If he can't push Errol back, then he's going to be in trouble. That's what he said. If he cannot push Errol Spence Jr. back, he's in trouble. I agree with that. If he is able to push Errol Spence Jr. back and keep Errol from wanting to come inside, then yeah, I would probably favor him in the fight. Because that means he's taken away what Errol really wants to do, which is wear him out and hurt him, right? That makes sense. But he's also saying if he's unable to do that with Errol, if he's unable to put some water on that fire, then dude, he's in a lot of trouble. And I don't think you can sum that fight up any better than that, man. That's not that man hating. That's just him saying, like, who do you think will win? Oh, I think Errol win. That's not the same thing as saying, oh man, this ain't a close fight. Errol is going to destroy him. Errol is garbage. That's where I'm like, man, like when you say that about Errol, that's just stupid. I'm not even going to call it hate, not because I don't know what is in your mind that is clouding it, right? When you say that, but like people have, and I got good friends, man, multiple good friends, not just one, multiple guys that were like, look, Martin, I bet you on that fight. I'll bet you. And I'm like, I'm not betting you on that fight. Why? Said because I think Errol's going to win. I don't know it enough to be like, yeah, I'm about to let you run around and have bragging rights on me because it goes the other way. No, because if you want to bet, the only time I'm going to bet you is if I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take your money. Yeah, it's not that I'm going to take your money type of situation. Like, oh, these guys just don't see anything. Like, oh, they just are seeing something. That I'm not, they're just crazy. That's where Quincy's wrong. Like, dude, and that's where Quincy Carter and guys that I do believe are just Errol Spence Jr. haters, because I'm not saying he's a Errol hater. That's where you missed the boat, right? It's like, man, you cannot tell me that this dude does not have a chance in that fight. I do not believe it. I do not believe that that Terence is going to walk in there and wave his magic fucking wand, and all of a sudden Errol's going to be running around there confused and unable to do something. No, Errol's an A+ level fighter. He's already proven it. And I've already seen fights that look like that. And it's like, man, dude, if Marcus McDonough can cause Floyd Mayweather Jr. a shitload of problems, Marcus McDonough, if Jose Luis Castillo can cause Floyd Mayweather Jr. a ton of problems, you cannot tell me Errol Spence Jr. cannot do that to Terence Crawford. You can't tell me. When you have a really good pressure fighter that can get on the inside, just like Floyd said, dude, you're going to have to deal with that. You're not, it's not a case where there ain't no magical fighter out there that's ever done that. No, and you can't tell me anybody that is any boxer that when they get in there, with the exception, and I mean the grand exception, of maybe Pernell Whitaker, that are so defensively on it that you can't even pressure them. And guess what? Bud is not nobody's Pernell Whitaker in that ring defensively. Not remotely. If he was like Pernell, where he's sitting there like literally, you see like, dog, it's raining. Like he walks outside and it's raining and he just slipping raindrops. Okay, maybe. But that's not Bud. Bud ain't slipping raindrops. Floyd ain't slipping raindrops. And Floyd straight up said it. Look, man, eventually, the name of the game is to hit and not get hit. However, some dudes are just going to close the distance on you, and that's just it. They're going to close that distance on you, and you're going to have to fight. And when you have to fight, you got to be able to fight on the inside. You're going to have to do it. Errol Spence Jr.'s skill set, to me, looks like one of those guys that you are going to have to fight. And if you're betting that you're not going to have to fight, then all these other guys were just standing still and it was their choice to fight like that. No, I don't believe it. I believe if Sean Porter could have got away with fighting on the outside, like he got away with that with Yordenis Ugas, he would have taken it. But he was not able to stay on the outside against Errol because Errol was closing the distance on him consistently and keeping Sean Porter, even when Sean Porter wanted to be on the back foot, which Sean Porter can do. Sean Porter has had fights, and do not tell me that he has not had fights like that. When Danny Garcia wanted to walk down Sean Porter in the second half of the fight, Sean Porter stayed on that bicycle and stayed on the outside, and he was able to do it. When Errol Spence Jr. did that to him, he could not do it. He had to stay there and fight all fight long. Same with every fighter that Errol has ever fought. So I want to know what you see in Errol that tells you that he ain't going to be able to make Terence Crawford do the same thing, which is fight him. Because he's not coming in there with his hands down, taking shots to the head, trying to get in like that. That's not what he's doing. He's also a southpaw, bro. So him coming with that jab, behind that jab, and being very experienced at cutting off the ring and getting inside and making you fight, dude, if he is able to execute that, dude, it's going to be an extremely tough fight for Terence. Now, if Terence can catch him on the inside, catch him with big shots while he's coming in, dude, and makes Errol think, man, I just can't find a way in, then yeah, dude, Terence he starts getting desperate and lunging and dropping his hands and doing the stuff that guys do when they get desperate against Terence. Then it'll be tough on Errol. But anybody saying, oh, this is a blowout this way or that's a blowout that way, man, I don't personally see that. I see a great fight. Tim Southern said, bro, what you mean too big a stage for Bud? You sound silly. I don't know what you're talking about. And I ain't getting into that. Hold on 1 second. Hey, what's going on, bro? I ran behind a little bit, man. I got to move back. Okay, cool. I'm caught up. All right, man. My man in that super chat, bro. Lion Star Steph. What's going on, Lone Star Steph in the building? We're taking a dip in the pool. He said, good morning, Fanon. Laugh. This morning, Smack Talk is always, sir. Keep it boxing talk. Have a good start to the week. God be with you. Absolutely, brother. God be with you as well. Lone Star Steph in the building, man. We did have callers on this weekend on Saturday, man. So I hate to see that. I miss you, brother. My man, King Judah in the building said, we all go to boxing channels to talk boxing and support our favorite fighters. Stop calling people D-riders supporting their fighters while at the same time supporting your fighter. It makes you look at AF and dumb AF. I mean, yeah, man, dog, it is. I don't get it. Much love in that super chat, brother. Because I don't think anybody's doing that to Bud. If you think he can win the fight, dude, there's a logic behind that. There's a logic behind it, man. But it's like you guys just want to brush away. Like, no, I can't tell you about what Errol Spence Jr. guys do because, dude, I think Errol's going to win the fight. I favor him to win the fight, so they're not going to say all that stuff to me because we agree. The only people that I hear from is the people I disagree, and I'm telling you, many of the people that disagree, look, man, that's what you think, but I have a rationale behind what I think. I'm not just pulling it out of my backside. Quincy Carter, King Judah said, tell Quincy Carter broke ass to address me in the super chat. Hey, Quincy Carter, you got to address King Judah in the super chat, bro. Or Cash App, brother, if you want to save 30%. Much love in that super chat to my man, King Judah in the building, brother. Thank you so much for that support. And my man, Ty Vlogs Fitness said, what's up? If you're a proactive or retired and don't see the fundamental offense and defensive skill set of Spence, they're in for a rude awakening. It's a 50-50 fight. To believe Errol can't do or can't make adjustments is loco. My money is on Errol Spence Jr. Yeah, but see, they've seen him do it. They've seen Terence do it. They've seen Terence make adjustments. Watch this. I've seen Errol make adjustments. I've seen the biggest adjustment that I've seen him make is fighting from the outside when he's out of shape. It was like fighting he fought with a fight with his hand tied behind his back. He was out of shape and he was able to win by boxing a fight that was the other guy's fight because he had no choice because he didn't want to gas himself out. That's an adjustment, right? But I'm telling you, I don't think these guys study him. I don't think they study him like that, man. That's me personally. Man, do not skip on me, bro. Right? See, that's what happens right there. I go down a little bit and then it skips. Even when I'm trying to slide down, it skips. Okay, there's Ty Vlogs. And then, man, it'd be skipping. Quincy Carter in the building. He says, salute for 9. We don't got to agree. People talk shit to each other about boxing all the time. It's normal. Nothing personal. It's $10 for support. Not to argue with grown men for months. Not my style. Hey, Quincy Carter, much love in that super chat, bro. I don't take it personal. Trust me, I don't. You're not anywhere near the level of King. I don't take it personal. On that because we just disagreeing. It is whatever. It is what it is. Jeffrey Brooks in the building. What's going on? I said, so a Errol Spence fan is forcing to go back and do my homework. I'm hearing all these Hall of Famers pick Bud to win. Has also picked Mikey and Danny to beat Spence. Also, is there any truth to that? Yeah, there is some truth to that. I'm telling you, dude, they don't think very high. I'm telling you, they think that dude's a basic fighter. No joke, I'm telling you. They think what they would do to Errol Spence Jr. themselves if they had the same skill set as Terence. That's what they think. And they beat a ton of guys that fight or come forward pressure fighters. They think Errol they think he's a come forward pressure fighter, and Terence is going to figure it out. Because he's a come forward pressured fighter. And that problem is easy to solve. So Bud's gonna solve it. Yeah, so there is definitely truth. There's definitely truth to that, man. You know, there's definitely truth to that. Blacksmith Ross said, good morning, guys. I'm late. What I missed? Big up. What's going on, Blacksmith Ross? Quincy Carter and King Judah going at each other. Big time. What's up in that super chat, bro? And Camel Export said, peace, brother for 9. Ugas took out Crawford in the amateurs and never got the win back. Spence 77 fights, 13 losses. Bud 70 fights, 70 fights and 12 losses. Haters, pay attention. Yeah, Errol's a more fundamental fighter. Camel Exports. It really is. He fights in a more fundamentally and defensively responsible way. I'm telling you, man, to certain people that doesn't look like it doesn't look special. Terence looks exceptional, but Errol looks fundamentally sound. He looks straight up and down. That's what he looks like, and I can see why they would say that. Antonio Todd in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, Antonio Todd. Hey, my man Lone Star Steph said, I'll be back this weekend with that good addiction. You know what it is. Happy early Father's Day. Low class stays low class. Hey, man. Hey, man. If you own Doug, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Much love in that super chat, brother. I appreciate you so much, bro. Thank you, man. Back this up for a second. Okay, I'm at the end of the chat. Yes. Hey, man, let me check to see if y'all freeloading, bro. Yeah, y'all out there freeloading. Yeah, y'all out here freeloading. Hold on one second, man. He said, Terence. Oh, I'm sorry. That's me looking at this thing. Let me come in here. Yeah, y'all freeloading. We got 918 people in the building, 612 likes. Man, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, bro. Tim Duncan looked basic compared to Kevin Garnett, but the head-to-head matchup was different. Hey, I'm telling you. Off the bank, big fundamental. What you gonna do with it? They're called fundamental for a reason. You master them fundamentals and you got the athleticism and the talent to go with it, dog, more than likely you're gonna win, bro. You gotta be special. And I'm telling you, man, that loosey-goose shit, that being loosey-goosey with it, you ain't gonna be I just don't think you outthink that. You gotta outfight that. Personally, I don't think you can outthink him. I think you got to outfight him. No joke. If that jab is what that jab, if he has the better jab and a tough jab and making him respect him with that jab and gets him out that and makes him fight in the orthodox stance, bro, Bud ain't no one punch out. But Bud got big power. I'm telling you, He got the power. He's got really good power. Hunchman 984 said, "Keep up the good work, bro. Bud, get a smash. Much love, Hunchman 1984. Oh, this has been the greatest conversation, bro. Much love, and that's it. And my man Keith Nolan said Floyd should know better. Maybe he forgot or still upset about that Parn special. No, dude, I'm telling you. Let me tell you, Keith Nolan. What Floyd said was, Floyd didn't pick Terence Crawford to win that fight. Floyd didn't pick him. I never heard anybody saying Floyd picked him. Never heard that. I heard James Toney picked him. I heard Roy Jones Jr. picked him, kind of. And I'm telling you, Roy Jones Jr. only kind of picked him. He was not heavy on it. He kind of picked him. And Antonio Tarver did. Paulie Malignaggi picked Errol. Freddie Roach picked Errol. There are guys in the Hall of Fame picked Errol too. Those guys just happened to be there that weekend, bro. I'm trying to tell you. They know Bud is getting hit more and he's aging and he has never fought real competition in his career. They're literally creating the narrative for Bud to duck free of criticism. Much love in that super chat, bro. Bud said he can't wait for the fight. So we'll see. He said, yeah, man, I can't wait for that fight. That's what I'm saying, man. Dude, are you going to accept this? Man, make the fight then. Anyway, Craig Bonnet, what's going on? C. Bo in the building said dog fight. Bud Crawford in 10. That's what's up. I appreciate you, man. Much love, Craig Bonnet. He said, Bud fans talk big about a KO streak, but Errol has a high KO ratio. I could care less about that KO streak. I could care less about that KO streak. So what? I mean, I mean that. That KO streak is so what? That KO streak is so what? I know somebody out here talking stupid. What? I'm not even going to credit that, dog. I'm going to give you another chance, bro. I ain't going to talk about what comment I just read, and I'm going to give you another chance, dog, on that one. I ain't even going to make it. But trust me, you definitely on the watch list now. Let me put it that way. I ain't going to say what comment I'm referring to, but man, please. Man, please. Anyway, Jeffrey Brooks say you missed my super chat and what? And plenty others? Really? Hold on 1 second, bro. Don't you worry. I'm about to go through them. Hold on 1 second, man. I'll be right to it, Jeffrey Brooks. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Hold on 1 second. I should go up the roof. Mr. Jacob Rice said, Bud fans talking big about his KO streak. Yeah, man. But look, dude, I don't care about that KO streak, bro. Hunchman said, keep up the good work, bro. Lone Star got that. Antonio Todd in that super chat, brother. I got Antonio Todd. Okay, I got that one. I got Blacksmith Ross. Jeffrey Brooks says, so I got Jeffrey Brooks. You behind in the chat, brother. You behind in the chat, Jeffrey Brooks. Jeffrey Brooks, you behind in the chat. You got to catch up in the chat. I got him. Blacksmith Ross in that super chat, brother. Much love. He said, look, Spence and Bud are high-level fighters. Either fighter can lose, and Roy was explaining it from an objective way. But if you're athletic but can't gain Errol's respect to hurt him, you're going to get hurt. Yeah. Blacksmith Ross, that's what I'm saying. That's what he said. He wasn't hating on the dude. He gave a good breakdown of the fight. And the thing that stuck to me was, he said, look, man, if he can, and he was very specific. He said, if he cannot push Errol back, dog, he's going to have a hard time. Because he said that's a flamethrower. If you cannot push that, if you cannot put that fire out, you cannot either push him back, hurt him, do something, dude. You're going to have a very hard time. with that dude. And he said he just thinks that dude has more tools in his toolbox. That wasn't a strong prediction at all, man. In my book, you know what I mean? I did miss some cash apps like a champ, though, bro. John Boy in the building. He said, you're missing all the super chat, and that was at 9:33. No, I got you, brother. I got it. I didn't miss the super chats, bro. I was behind, and I caught up. And my man, Cedric Warren, back in the building. Much love in that super chat, bro. He said, they hyping Bud for big punishment, big fish in the building. Much love, brother, in that cash app, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Much love. Thank you. And King Judah in the building said, hey, they saying Bud don't need Spence of Bud to retire the day he will have the most forgettable career in history. He'll only be remembered for his back and forth with Spence. Yeah, I mean, dude, I believe it, man. George said, Woods said, I placed a $5 super chat. I have not seen it. Oh, Spence wins. Hold on one second, man. George Woods, let me refresh. Man, they be messing stuff up, man. My God, man. But George Woods, put it in. If you put a super chat, put it in there and I'll read it. George, let me go back to George Woods because I saw one from you, George. George Woods, yes, sir. I see it. Said, Fanon, do you think many people in boxing dislike or jealous of Errol because of a lot of fans? Because fans and casuals like Spence. This is it. I'm going to put it back. I'm going to put it in the chat. Right there. That's George Woods. Okay, I put it in there, brother. But King Judah, yeah, dog, I'm 100% with you on that, man. King Judah, back in that super chat, said Buzz said he wanted Manny, Danny Garcia, Thurman, and Spence, and fought none of them. And that's your pound for pound. Yeah, I still got him pound for pound on my list. I do, dog. I can't lie, dog. I'm stubborn with Terrence's number one pound for pound. I just think this is a bad matchup for him. I think it's a bad matchup, dog. Bad matchup. Really. I just think it's a bad matchup for him. I don't like this matchup for him, man. Because I'm telling you, dog, he likes to think. He likes to think and he likes to figure it out. Nah, dog. I ain't. And plus, man, I don't care what you say. If Shakur Stevenson if Shakur says he's going easy, well, I know you got the gloves and the headgear on and all that. Kid the Gear said, we've seen both fighters make adjustments, but most recently we've seen Spence adjust someone's ribs and orbital bone. It's a 50-50 fight. Good show. Chat is lit. That's what's up, brother. Thank you. Kid the Great, brother. Much love in that super chat, brother. Yeah, man, the fight, I'm just saying, dude, it keeps boxing going, man. God dog, man. It keeps boxing going, bro. Because some of this other trash, these dudes ain't doing it, man. I'm at the end of the chat. If you did not, King said, I feel you, I agree. Yeah, you know what I mean? I rocks with him, dude. On the real, the dude, it's tough as far as like being the most balanced fighter and being able to do all kind of different things. Yeah, man, it's definitely Terence. But I'm going to tell you, I think Terence has big defense. The dude has defensive flaws, man. I mean, dog, he fights with his hands down. When you fight with your hands down against a body puncher, dog, eventually, bro, he's going to get to that chin. And I'm telling you, I do not believe he's fast enough to keep Errol off of him because that's not what he does primarily. He's not somebody that's on the back foot fighting all fight. He's not. He may very well catch one of these dudes coming in, but I'm just telling you, y'all are just hoping for him to make a big error. Errol has watched this dude, man. Errol's going to know what this guy does. And that's why I'm telling you, I think the big difference is going to be what Derrick James' game plan is for it. I think it's the game planning that's going to mean a lot for this fight. Because Bud is like, people think Bud has these just otherworldly like abilities and all of that. Like, dude, he has a finite amount of things that he's going to do, man. You know what I mean? He has a finite amount of things. He ain't going to turn into a tiger and bite his head off, you know? Mr. Assassin in the building. What's going on, brother? Much love in that super chat. He said, Floyd is genius. He went to all his contemporaries at the Hall of Fame induction and told them to big up Bud, swaying opinions which will promote the fight. Nah, dog. Oh, will promote the fight. Much love in that super chat, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not into the grand conspiracies, bro. Curtis Robinson said, you do keep it real, bro. Hey, I try my best, man. There ain't no future in the front, you know? There ain't no future in the front, man. People forget Errol gave Mayweather fits in sparring. Look, man, I'm going to repeat this because it's worth repeating. When Floyd Mayweather Jr. was talking to Devin Haney, he was like, look, man, you're going to make it a long time in this game. Because this game is about getting hit and not getting hit. However, there are going to be some people that you're going to have to fight because they're going to close the distance on you. Period. He didn't say, oh, as in, look, man, I could not fight everybody. I had to fight some guys. And you're going to have to be able to fight on the inside against certain guys. You're going to have to do it. Have to do it. Some people you're not going to be able to avoid doing that with. Errol is that type of guy that you may not, and I'm saying may not, be able to avoid that. And when people are always saying, man, look, and this is where it gets me, man. Like people always say, well, Ugas just stood there. Bud's not going to stand there. As if when Ugas got his eye broke, he didn't think for a second, man, maybe I should fight from the outside. Like you think it's like you guys treated like everybody that fought Errol made a conscious decision to stand there. And they had no ability to try to fight on the back foot because they weren't able to fight on the back foot. And that, I think, is just it's an assumption that you're making. Some guys, you just couldn't do it. Some guys, you just can't do it. Right? What if you just can't? What if you're saying like, man, every time this guy takes a step back, this guy takes a step forward very quickly. What if Errol is as fast in a shuffle as Terence Crawford is? Right? What if he's as sharp? What if he sees what you're doing? He's reading your patterns. Like, or I'm going to force you. If you're going to be moving, you're going to be moving that way. And I'm going to cut you. All kind of different ways, dude, that could happen, man. All I'm just saying is, dude, what if he can't do that? And I'm telling you, I'm betting I am believing that Terence is going to have to sit down and fight that guy. I do not believe that he is going to escape that. That's me. And on top of it, he got way better footwork than who? He's got better footwork than who? Better footwork than who? You're saying that, oh, he got way better footwork. Doug, guess what? Floyd Mayweather Jr. got way better footwork than Jose Luis Castillo. God, Doug, it didn't keep him off of him. Because you're moving backwards. He's moving forward. Dude, it's a shuffle this way, shuffle that way. And a jab. All right, man, I'm just trying to tell you, bro. You acting like this dude is like he's a magician. Like there's no way anybody can get near him. Dog, man, that's never been the case with anybody, man. Every fighter, and I mean literally, I'm telling you, every fighter at some point had to sit down and fight with guys that they could not get away from. Every one of them. Every one of them. Unless they cherry pick their way through their career. Hey, Zenith360 said, I've seen Bud make more adjustments, which is normally a stance switch. Dude, that's his biggest adjustment. Spence hasn't needed to make many adjustments because he's always up on the cards. Fundamentals prevent a lot of errors. Yeah, it's like he's just not open for a lot of stuff, man. Errol's got better fundamentals. I think. Much love in that super chat. But look, man, I'm just telling you. Either way you go, bro, Predicting somebody's just, oh man, this is way better. I don't see it, man. And I mean it. I don't see it. Teddy G in that super chat said Bud 6-0 at 147, EJ 28-0, Bud 1-0 against top competition, E 7-0, all title fights. Do the math, people. Nobody hating on Bud. Strap season. Go fight Thurman. Bud, much love in that super chat. Teddy G. Thank you, brother. Exactly. I'm with you, Christopher Myers, no doubt. Blacksmith Ross in the building. He said, this is laughable. Spence versus Bud is tribal as hell. Look, we are assuming that all Spence victims are just as good as Bud. Bud's going to be easy. This is going to be the best for both. It's a dangerous fight. Exactly, man. Like, dude, he's got better foot against who? And that's what Derek James was saying. Yeah, he's knocked out. Knocked outs against who? He knocked out who did he knock out? And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a man, King Jude in the building. He says Spence's jabs will push Bud back and his body attack will break Bud down and his legs away. When Bud fans see EJ beating Bud up, they will be speechless. Hey man, much love in that super chat, bro. I'm telling you, man, that shit gets real ugly. You know what I'm saying? But he's got to catch him on the way in. That's what I don't see. I just don't see that. I just don't see that catch you on the way in, knock you out, buzz you, jump on you type of stuff that's happened for the last 7 fights. Like, that's what I don't think. Now, if that happens, but I just don't see that. I don't see Errol coming in and then Bud catching him over the top of something with a big hook, and then Errol starting to wobble, and then Bud jump on him and knock him out. Which is honestly, man, has been Bud's last 7 fights. That is the tail of the tape for the last 4 years for Bud. Catching him with something big. First of all, looking like the other guy is giving him problems. Then catching the dude with something big coming in and jumping on him and getting him out of there. I just do not see that. If that happens, dude, I'm like, yeah, okay. But dude, usually with guys that level, dude, that doesn't happen, man. With guys that level, that doesn't happen, man. You know what I mean? With guys that level, that typically does not happen. That happens when you fight over-the-hill fighters. That's when that happen. And then the guys that he beat, like, dude, you cannot tell me you really think these guys at the time that he fought them are anywhere near the level that Errol's at. So for me, that's where I'm like, I don't get it. Like, those guys are not at that stage. They're not that level of fighter. And I mean that. That's the truth. Now I can see you saying that about Errol too. Like, all the guys that Errol beat, those guys are not the same level as Terence Crawford. That very well may be true. But it's most certainly true of Terence. Ndungo, Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, Amir Khan, Igis Kalvanakis, Kell Brook, and Sean Porter. Dude, come on, man. That's not him. That is nothing resembling Errol Spence Jr., man. It's nothing resembling it. That type of guy, those type of guys are when you go on knockout streaks. That's who you go out on knockout streaks. I guess I like a Berlanga. And maybe not the level of like a Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's like that. Like, dude, if Errol fought those guys, if Errol had fought Jeff Horn, dude, Jeff Horn is getting knocked out. He's going to brutally beat up and stop Jeff Horn. If he fights Amir Khan, he's going to brutally beat up and stop Jeff Horn. Amir Khan. He already brutally beat up and beat Kell Brook years ago. And I don't know what he would do against Sean Porter right now, especially if Sean Porter throws the towel in. That's why I was like, dude, that's why it's such a shame he threw that towel in, man. Like, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Dude, he didn't look like all that. Man, dude, he caught Sean Porter with 2 good shots, and the fight was over. Man, and I know people are going to be like, yo, you're hating, dog, but seriously, man. No, dude. There was that shit right there was terrible. It was terrible for him to have stopped that fight like that. Terrible for him to stop that fight like that. And it honestly seemed like, okay, we're not going to really fight him. It looked like a choice out of that camp not to really fight Terence Crawford. It looked like a payday. It looked like he went in there for a payday, got his payday, and took my pay-per-view money when they threw that towel in there like that. And I know that I'm gonna come out, oh, you're hating. No, dude, that's what that looked like to me, man. That's what that looked like to me. It looked like that was not a serious fight. No joke. It looked like matter of fact, it made me feel like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody put a lot of money on that round. Is how bad a stoppage that was. Not saying that Terence Crawford wouldn't have beat Sean Porter and he's not a better fighter than Sean Porter. But Sean Porter didn't train, according to his daddy, didn't train for the fight, and then they threw in the towel the first time that dude had any difficulty. Soon as he had any difficulty, they threw in the towel in that fight. Dude, it don't even look, I mean, come on, man. Blacksmith Ross said, I honestly think Ugas is better than both Garcias and Porter, but Ugas isn't show how it would look to fight Bud. Also, Bud wins, isn't Spence. If guys are confident, then you bet your house homeless coming. Yeah, I ain't betting nothing. I'm going to tell you right now, dog, I'm not betting on that fight. I'm not betting on that, man. I ain't that freewheeling with my money. And if I was a Bud fan, I definitely wouldn't be betting on it. I am a Bud fan. I like Bud. But I'm not like all that stuff they talk. Oh, we're going to destroy him. We're going to dog. Dog, you got one of them. I'm not going to tell you, man, you got one of them records that look built up. You look like you got one of them top ranked resumes. They look built up to me. They look built up. You know, even though I know he's a great fighter and I do believe that. It looks built up. Those fights look built up, dog. They look built up. When you're fighting guys like, dude, Amir Khan, first of all, should have never been in the ring with him. So what are you even doing fighting him? Kell Brook was, man, he was already retired. Matter of fact, Amir Khan, might as well say Amir Khan and Kell Brook came out of retirement to fight him. And so did Jose Benavidez coming off of a gunshot wound, 1 fight in 2 years. And Jeff Horn was just Jeff Horn. You knew the outcome of those fights, man. You know what I mean? So, like, you're going into the biggest fight. You're going into the biggest fight against a killer. And that's been your last 4 years. Dog, if you pick up if you find out that your guy, like, it ain't like that, like Manny Pat, like, who could I say that about, man? Like Canelo. It's like Canelo's Canelo taking all these tailor-made fights for the same amount of time, dog. And then he runs up in there against a fundamental fighter that's bigger than him that almost everybody thought he was going to beat. I don't care if you say he was coming up in weight or not. He came up there and what he usually does did not work. And all of the versatility, he can do anything he wants to do in the ring, all that stuff went by the wayside when he got in there with that dude that was not a pushover. Because he had to up his level of competition. He went from fighting guys like Caleb Plant, who was not proven, a guy like Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith and Yaldirim, and he got in there with a guy that was better than he thought he was. That was fundamentally sound. And with a tight guard, where all those big looping punches and all those big get you out of here knockouts, it never came. But Bivol, on the other hand, sure and steady. That's what I'm telling you, man. Do not be surprised if that winds up happening to Terence Crawford. Because dude, steel sharpens steel. And he ain't been sharp. He ain't been fighting no steel. He ain't. Errol coming off car crashes, bro. And I'm going to tell you what, Errol coming off that car crash and having to rebuild his body. Ain't no little thing, man. That dude had to come back from major, major difficulties, man, and really set his focus and really get back. Working out when you're hurt. Oh, man, I'm telling you, throughout the time I've been watching boxing, there's a lot of guys that go pop under that same scenario, bro. Blacksmith Ross. Oh, let me go back to the one before that, just so I know I'm caught up. Okay, oh, I'm all the way back 8 minutes ago. I should be good. Okay. Okay, there's King Judah. Okay, cool. So let me go down here. My man in that super chat, brother, much love. King Judah said, if Bud can't KO Spence, he's getting a thorough ass beaten. Remember, King Judah told you. Much love in that super chat. I'm going to tell you something. If he can't slip, let me adjust that. King Judah, if he cannot slip shots on the inside and counter, if he cannot slip shots and counter on the inside, dude, he's in trouble. If he cannot slip shots and counter on the inside, and I mean literally be right in front of him and make that dude miss. If he is taking shots on the arms, if he is taking shots and he is not able to literally get in there, because it's not going to be like Ndungo. He ain't throwing them big, wide, looping shots and all that stuff like Ndungo did on a southpaw and southpaw matchup. His shit's real tight, real to the point. If he cannot get in between those and throw shots and make that dude hurt and be able to hit him with big shots, dog, that's going to be tough, man. No joke. My man Blacksmith Ross said, honestly, I think Ugas is better than both. Okay, I got that. Okay, cool. I got that, Blacksmith Ross. Want to make sure I didn't miss anything, so I got you, my brother. Let me roll down. Freddie Jimenez in the building. What's going on, Freddie Jimenez? He said, fundamentally sound, beating that Bud ass. I mean, dude, he's so fundamentally sound, man. I'm telling you, that Tim Duncan, bro. That Tim Duncan. Very Tim Duncan-y. King Judah said, miss my super chat. Now, brother, I just got you, King Judah. Much love in that super chat, King Judah. That was 5 minutes ago. I was running behind because there's so much blessing, man. Thank y'all for blessing the channel, bro. Chris McLean in the building said, Kenny Porter said, this is a stick up. Give me y'all all your money. Exactly, man. Stuck me up, man. Still pissed about him sticking me up for that money. Stuck me up for that money, bro. Stuck me up for that money, bro. 70 Zenith 360 said Porter still had equilibrium, legs weren't wobbly, and was coherent. There was no reason to throw in the towel. The whole point of the fight is so we wouldn't have to give that. What would happen seemed fixed. Dude, that fight looked, I ain't gonna lie, dog. That fight looked shady as shit. But it is what it is, man. Beats by Bay said, I thought that Jose Benavidez fight exposed Crawford. He doesn't get that win without the stoppage, which I thought was premature. Much love in that super chat, brother. Dog, that was not an easy fight for him and Jose Benavidez. Much love in that super chat, brother. I want to see y'all reaction when Spence gets stopped. It'll be like, woo, oh, wow. That's my reaction. I'll give you my reaction ahead of time. How about that? How about we don't even mess with it? And I just give you my reaction. Hold on one second. Sky Miller in that super chat, brother. Much love. He said, Errol don't get tired fast and stalks prey like a tiger. One bad step while running, and that canvas coming up to face up quickly. Yeah, dog. I just don't. Dude, Skylar Miller, I'm telling you, man, if that dude is not, I don't understand it. I'm telling you, man, I don't understand that, why people think that dude is so basic and so like, dude, by the way, he beat the brakes off Sean Porter, and Sean Porter never quit. Anyway, Blacksmith Ross said, we seen Bud slip shots, also get real mean, fight and counter. What makes you think all of a sudden of Spence that Bud turns into a kitten? I don't. That's why I think he gets hurt. I don't think he does. That's why I think he gets hurt. I don't think he's going to turn into a kitten. I'm going to tell you right now, get real mean and counter. Dude, how many times you're going to counter the man? If the man gets in your chest, dude, countering him on the inside, dude, you're not knocking him out like that. You're going to have to counter that man at mid-range. You're not hooking over the top of his jab. I don't believe it. I do not believe that he has enough power to fight Errol Spence Jr. right stiff up in the inside, and he's going to drop that dude and knock him out with a short uppercut or a short inside hook. I don't think he totes that type of power. But if he does, that's what I'm saying he's going to need to. That's on the way. I'm telling you, man, that I'm not acting like he can't. I'm saying if he can't, that's trouble. I'm not saying he won't. I'm telling you that's the problem. If he cannot fight on the inside like that, because Errol's going to make him fight. That's where I am on it. Cal L. Cooler said, peace for 9. I like both. I lean Spence, though. Anybody can get a KO, but to whoop somebody and make them stop punching altogether is an entirely different fight. Everybody needs to tell Bud to sign. Yeah, man, sign. Don't be like, man, I can't wait for the fight. Nigga, sign. I can't wait for you to. I can wait for the fight. How about they say you sign, the fight's agreed to, and let's get to it? How about that? Oh, I can't wait. That's what he said a month ago. I can't wait. He said the same thing. I can't wait. Said the same thing before. You can't wait. Can't wait till what? Till you sign it? I can't wait to sign the contract. Dog, sign it. More than a man, they ain't never said nothing to me. How about you agree to the terms? Take whatever they give you, and let's push. Anyway, King Juice said countering on the inside here and there won't work against Spence. If you can't fight on the inside with proficiency, you will be broken down. Yeah, that's where I am. He's going to counter him on the inside. He's going to hit him on the inside. He is. Dog, just like Ugas did. I'm just saying, look, man, we going to see though. We will see. You know that song, we will see. We will see. Mike Saucedo in that super chat, brother. Much love for that super chat, brother. He said, respect to you for everything you do for us, Fanon. I feel as if Bud doesn't want to go 12 with Errol, he's going to bring that dog out and go for the kill. Yeah, dog, that'd be fighting stupid, and that would be fighting stupid. If he decides to fight Errol Spence Jr.'s fight, dog, give me Errol. No joke. If he decides to do that, give me Errol. Because that's weightlifting strength. That's that weightlifting strength. I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe that weight. But Bud looks huge. At that weight, man, that dude looks big, man. No joke. He looked really, really, really big, man. At that weight class, at that weigh-in. I mean, at that fight, man. Thank you, and by the way, thank you, Michael Saucedo. Sky Miller in that super chat said, remember Ugas was king counterpunch. Exactly. But don't worry, man, that don't count. It's Ugas. Ugas is trash. You know what I mean? Bud is stronger. I don't know if he's stronger than Errol. Why you figure that? Why would you say he's stronger than Errol? How do you know? Because he lifts weights? Okay. Blacksmith Ross said Ugas didn't get lucky. He hit Spence because Spence is hittable. And if Spence doesn't listen to his coach and clean up like he did, Bud can hurt him. Derrick James is no fool. Ugas is no Bud. He's dangerous, yeah, but he don't fight like that. Ugas is Errol don't. Honestly, man, dog, I don't really believe that Terence Crawford fights on the inside as well as Ugas does. That's Ugas' fight, man. Ugas is a big body puncher, man. Ugas likes to fight like that. If you stand there and fight with Ugas, that's Ugas. Ugas likes to fight like that. That is Ugas' preferred, Blacksmith Ross. That is Ugas' preferred method of fighting, is on the inside. That's what he likes to do. Look at the fight where he fought Omar Figueroa. Look at the fight where he fought Sean Porter. That's what he likes to do. With Manny Pacquiao, dude, he kept him on the outside. He kept Manny Pacquiao on the outside. And by just keep hooking him with that keeping him with that right hand. hitting him with that right hand. He kept Manny Pacquiao on the outside because he knew Manny Pacquiao could run shots off on the inside, but just kept catching Manny Pacquiao coming in. He beat Manny Pacquiao on the outside. But other than that, dude, and by the way, he did a damn sure good job of keeping Manny Pacquiao on the outside. And that's not an easy thing to do, is to keep Manny Pacquiao on the outside. But he did it. He did it. And he is very well trained at fighting southpaws. And he couldn't keep Errol on the outside. If a well-trained fighter, like in fighting southpaws, that can keep a southpaw like Manny Pacquiao on the outside, and he can fight on the inside and likes to fight on the inside, and Errol blows him away fighting on the inside. Yeah, Errol got hit, and he got hit by nice shots by Ugas in the inside. Not that much less potent than what Bud throws. And he took him, caught him, moved him, and then gave him 4 or 5 more. Man, 4 or 5 punches after you throw one may discourage you. And if he gets wild and starts to, dog, I don't even think he's going to let him get reckless like that. I don't even think he's going to allow him to get reckless, because he got not like Undungo, because Undungo's throwing a bunch of hooks. Undungo's a bunch of woo, 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 woo. And Bud is like, okay, woo, right in between them. Because like, dude, and he told him, like, look, man, you're throwing all these wide punches at me. Like, man, you got to throw straight punches. You're throwing wide punches. I'm seeing that shit all day. Throwing a bunch of wide punches. Sean Porter, same way, throwing a bunch of wide punches. Kell Brook doing something he doesn't do, which is try to get on the inside and run. Come on, man. I just think it's a little bit different, man. But we'll see, though. You know what I'm saying? Scott Wilson said he's not signing because he made so many bad business moves. He's trying to cash in on this fight, but he is not being honest. Not the draw in this fight. We're going to pay this fight. We're going to pay this fight because we want to see it. You think Bud fans are going to, man, Bud fans ain't going to pay for that fight, bro. Y'all can say what y'all want. Bud fans ain't buying that fight. Because these guys ain't Bud fans. They Errol haters. Bud fans already were buying the fights. Bud fans were already buying the fights, man. The real Bud fans bought all the fights. That's why he had 100,000 guys. That's why he had 100,000. Man, stop it, bro. Oh, everybody's so bad to Bud. That's because we got a lot of Bud stupidity going on, dog. Hey, Mike Saucedo said, do you think Bud can get that sneaky? Yeah, I think he will get that sneaky uppercut in. I do. Not only do I think he can't, I think he will. However, watch this. Do you know who else has an upper? And I'm telling you, man, it's in the preparation for these fights. Who else has a great sneaky uppercut? My man, Mike Saucedo, in the building. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support, man. Thank you so much for that support. Man, this is the greatest. This fight is great, bro. This is great. No joke, bro. Zenith in the building said, I got Spence versus Bud as a 50-50 fight. Yeah, I'm 52-48. But have you seen the video of Bob years ago saying Matchmaker said Bud has trouble with southpaws? Wonder if that's why he never made the Manny's fight. Dude, let me tell you something, man. Zenith, I know he has problems with southpaws. But yes, I definitely heard that. I'm telling you, y'all think that shit's not predictable. That shit's predictable. I'm telling you. Those guys just didn't have dude, a guy that can fight in southpaw is going to throw an orthodox fighter off. And if he's better than you in the orthodox stance and he can beat you up in the orthodox stance, as soon as you try to figure anything out, he goes to the southpaw stance. And now he's in the southpaw stance, and now you can't even jab him. He's basically shut your jab down. He's changed all of the angles, right? And he can beat you in southpaw stance too with straight lefts, right? Left uppercuts and right uppercuts. Dude, that's going to confuse an orthodox fighter. That's not going to confuse the southpaw. It's as simple as that. And I don't care, dude. I know this is the truth. I know this is the truth. No, it's the truth. You know it. You know why? Because that is nothing but geometry. And that's nothing but physics. Everything's coming from the different angle. Everything is being worked. You're making the guy work off the entirely separate side of his brain. That's not going to work with a southpaw. You guys don't appreciate, some of y'all don't appreciate the physiology behind that. Why do they say they get so confused with Bud? Because he switches. Because you are immediately, first of all, you're fighting a guy that's better than you in the orthodox stance. So even the way you're used to fighting, he's better than you. And then you start catching his rhythm a little bit, and something you think is working works. But then all of a sudden, he changes everything on you. Right? And you don't get caught in the switch, because guess what? He's not going to get caught in the switch because he's going to be way back when he switches. He's going to move out of range, and he's going to switch. And then now you got a southpaw coming at you. It's an entirely different fighter for your brain. Now the backhand is here. You can't jab anymore. It literally shuts you down. And then he goes and he fights as a southpaw for as long as it takes for you to tire out a little bit, for your punches to get a little bit lower, a little bit more wingy. And then Bud switches back to orthodox, catches you with something big, and boom, you back to fighting that orthodox fighter that'll kill you. That's the problem with the southpaw stance in that scenario. It doesn't work. Because if you start off in orthodox, they're used to that. You're an orthodox fighter and they have a southpaw advantage on you. They can knock your jab down. They have to worry about your straight right hand, right? They don't have to worry about your straight left. They got to worry about your straight right. They don't have to get used to throwing straight right. None of that. They don't have to adjust to that. That's how they're used to doing it. And they have a southpaw advantage on you because they're operating the way they're used to operating with those angles. They're used to those angles. You're not used to the angles that they bring. So you don't have to do you don't have to do a lot of, what do you call it? You don't have to actually think your way through and not react. They can still be in react mode, right? However, if Bud goes into southpaw against a southpaw, then he has to think, because now the angles are switched on him. The angles are switched on the natural southpaw. And now this southpaw can use his jab. You're not knocking his jab down. It frees up his jab. And it becomes more of an even fight. It becomes an even fight in the southpaw stance, right? And so southpaw, it goes from this. Terence having an even advantage on orthodox and an advantage at southpaw to him having a disadvantage in orthodox and equal in southpaw. From a physiological standpoint, it equalizes it when he fights a southpaw. And that will be the truth for any southpaw, any switch hitter fighting a southpaw, because you're not a southpaw. He's a southpaw. That's what he's used to doing. And he's going to be better at it than you are, because some people can write with their left hand a little bit, do a couple things with their left hand. But when they're under pressure, they're still orthodox fighters. They're still an orthodox fighter. I'm telling you, that's why the matchmaker said that Bud has problems with southpaws, because he's not really a southpaw and he has to make that adjustment. And the southpaw doesn't have to make any adjustment. And I'm telling you, and I'm going to point to a fight. The fight that really shows you, the most recent fight that proves that is Josh Taylor versus Jack Cottrell. When he fought Jack Cottrell, who's a southpaw, that man could not get out of the way of a straight right hand for nothing. Everything Jack Cottrell threw, he could not get out of the way of a straight left hand to save his life, because he was in that stance and he was not used to having to be primarily aggressive in a southpaw stance, and it screwed him up. Bud has not been in there with a southpaw, that level of a southpaw, ever. I do believe the last southpaw that he fought was Julius Ndungo, who throws a lot of wide loopy punches and is basically a B-level fighter. That's my take on it anyway. And that's why I say that. That's why those guys say that. And Blacksmith Ross in the building. He said, you are right. Bud has longer arms, will fight at medium range and ring generalship. Remember we seen the style between Julio Cesar Chavez lost and Spence isn't Chavez. I think Bud wins, but we'll see. No, I think Spence is better than Julio Cesar Chavez. You're right. I think Errol, but guess what? I think Errol's better than Julio Cesar Chavez. I think he's better. He takes less risks. That's what I think. I think Errol's better than Julio Cesar Chavez. Personally. Me. I think he's more talented, but I could be wrong. And yeah, pressure fighters have lost. Errol's not undefeatable. Hey, my man, Chillville in that building said, Team Crawford, that's what it is. That's it. That's all. That's what's up. Chillville in the building, brother. I dig. Gertz, homosexuals on one this morning. Yeah. And so are you, Gertz. Hey, my man, Bud switches to southpaw and Errol hurts him bad. Papa Bird, much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. And the huge support today, man. Thank y'all so much, man, for y'all support, bro. Let me slide down here. Oh, Jesus. You know what I didn't do? Hold on one second, man. Hold on. Alrighty, there we go. This fight does, hey, let me tell you something. 50 Band said this fight does, hey, man, you better hope not or that fight ain't gonna get made, bro. Does 450,000 tops? Guess what then? Bud ain't getting no money, then that fight's probably not gonna get made. Blacksmith Ross said that's not a good southpaw example because using someone else having a hard time doesn't mean Bud will have a hard time, but we will see. No, let me tell you something, man. Bud has a hard time with a southpaw. What? How am I muted? Am I muted for real? Hey, Bud can turn up. Errol can transform with him. Hey, man, he gonna turn up, dog. Errol stay turned up. You know what it is? But look, man, much love in that super chat, brother. He does too. I mean, dude, look, man, I'm talking about that particular angle, bro. All I'm trying to tell you is, dude, that's the biggest part of his thing is that switch. That's huge against orthodox fighters, dude. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge to do that, man. To be able to switch and do it that long and do it that well, it doesn't work. I'm just telling you that does not work with a southpaw. It's not going to work the same way with a southpaw as it will work with an orthodox fighter. You switch to the southpaw stance to be in an open stance. You're not going to be in an open stance. You're going to be in a closed stance. That's all I'm saying, man. Anyway, much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank y'all so much for your support. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Hey, Starborn said, hey, he don't need to switch against Errol. He'll get killed. Let him fight in the orthodox stance. He's definitely losing. If he fights that whole fight in the orthodox stance, okay. But I'll believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it. That if he fights that whole fight in the orthodox stance, dude, he's definitely at a disadvantage because he got a whole nother game plan. But anyway, I'm out. Deuces.